Okay, stand by.
ABC News Radio. Festival of the Boot 2012. Part 2.
Prepare for launch in 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, diggers and dealers, public servants in New South Wales and Queensland looking for a gig underground, dump truck drivers and backhoe operators, can-do Campbell Newman types and Corey Bernardi buffs, Australian senators, especially the big three, Boswell, Abetz and Ferranti Wells, spademen and underground Johnnies, Paralympic gold medal winners and sporting duds, Brant and Todd, Tinks and Twiggy, Hells Angels and motorcycle rebels, Gina and Lang, MRT payers and gas frackers, Sonia Kruger and Rose Hancock, wall punchers with dodgy memories, and Paul Howe's Facebook friends. Welcome to the Festival of the Boot Part 2. Welcome to the Rugby League Grand Final. Welcome to Stadium, Australia. On this very special day of the year, the greatest game of all salutes the heroes of Australian mining with this Rugby League passion and power special, Miners on the March. Since the dawn of time, humans have been banging on rocks in their backyard, looking for a glint of precious metal, hoping to strike it rich. They are the unsung heroes of this lucky country's endless economic miracle. For years, Australian Mining and Rugby League have danced an attractive rumba. It's been a tango of tin, a boogie of brass, a gypsy tap of gold, a samba of silver, a pirouette of platinum, a salsa of stainless steel, and everyone has been a winner. It has starred, quite literally, Australia's biggest personalities, including Nathan Tinks Tinkler, Clive Palmer, Gina, Pearls Reinhardt, Andrew Twiggy Forrest, and the bloke who started it all off, the old man, Lang Hancock. They love, in this order, the greatest game of all, Rugby League, digging holes in the ground and flying through fluffy radioactive clouds. The Great Code has blossomed wherever Australians have bent over, cracked a little bit of plumber's smile for the camera, and dug priceless dirt from this wide brown land. From the Illawarra and John Joe Cool Dorothy to the Hunter and Paul the Chief Harrigan to Cessnock and Matthew and Andrew Johns to Central Queensland and Big Dave Coltrane Taylor, Rugby League has gone hand in hand with this nation's economic success. Today, Miners on the March presents two teams as tough as tempered steel up front and brimming with glistening gems out wide with one dream. Both teams have been on an incredible journey that joins the past and the present. It's a story told with big hits and big dividends. Both teams contain a Lassiter's reef of talent that underpins this nation's economic miracle. From the goldfields of Bankstown, out trot the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, and waddling on from the Collins Street Iron Ore Mine, the Melbourne Storm. This Festival of the Boot Part 2 comes to you live from that big hole in the ground, Stadium, Australia. And now let's cross over to those two hardy open-cut specialists with the helmets on and a Kanga hammer in the back of the ute, ready to have a crack at creating another crater of of wealth for Australia. Let's join the mine workers, rampaging Roy Slavin and H.G. Nelson and the canary in the cage on the ABC News Radio card table. Are you there, H.G.?
Yes, thanks very much indeed, King Wally Otto in the soundproof booth. Good afternoon, Australia. Hello, planets. Welcome to the Boot Part 2. Welcome to Stadium Australia. Welcome to the 2012 Rugby League Grand Final. Welcome to Miners on the March. Today's boot will be a battle of brain and buttocks between the two best teams in the Rugby League competition for Rugby League's greatest prize. Running onto Stadium Australia in the purple, yellow and white, and coached by a Craig Bellyache Bellamy and captained by Cam Smith, are the Melbourne Storm, who've driven up the Hume to be here this afternoon. Their opponents in the big one, from the spiritual home of Rugby League in Belmore, sporting the blue and white, coached by Desi Hasler, and skippered by grub number 1, Michael the Menace Ennis, and supported by their Spot, the mascot, the Woof Woof dog, and they're ready to go this afternoon. Never mind the poetry. This one will unite the nation, and there's a real stench of stink in the air. League lovers, for the best of the boot Part 2, the Rugby League Grand Final, turn your television to the football channel down your end of the swamp, turn down the sound, and turn up ABC. ABC, ABC, News Radio. And now with the chaff in the bag and the nut jobs, freelancers, creeps and cranks showing the door, it's time to welcome a man to Stadium Australia, a man who loves September, a man who loves his rugby league. That man is rampaging Roy Slavin. Roy, welcome to Stadium Australia, welcome to the Rugby League, welcome to the card table. The atmosphere here today, absolutely electric. Have you ever seen anything like it?
No, I haven't, HG. Look, it takes me back to the great grand finals of days gone by. It's absolutely chock-a-block here. You couldn't fit a raspberry in if you wanted to. It is that full. And doesn't this grand old girl Stadium Australia come alive when there's a bot on every seat? Even though many of those bots are imported, but great for the tourism industry, so many people have taken the trouble to waddle up from Melbourne to follow the Storm. And isn't that a feather in the cap for rugby league?
It certainly
isn't that
is,
a feather in the cap for... I mean, people bag our infrastructure, but honestly, people have been able to get here without any trouble at all, make their way either up the Hume or through the air, without any dramas at all. I mean, people bag our infrastructure. I think our infrastructure is magnificent. It's absolutely magnificent. And look at this magnificent setting we've got here before us today, HG. I mean, this is perfect for rugby league, isn't it? As I said to you, I phoned you this morning very early, 4 to 6. I said, HG, wake up, have a look outside. You looked outside and you said to me what I was going to say to you. I feel like a game of rugby league. And I felt exactly the same myself. I've got rugby league in my heart today. There's rugby league in the air. There's rugby league in every blade of grass. Every young kiddie I've seen with a dream has had a rugby league dream. Everywhere I've looked, there have been kids with rugby league dreams. And I love it. I love it when the kids are excited, and I'm excited, and I know you're excited. The public's excited. People listening to ABC News Radio are terribly, terribly excited, because what we're going to get this afternoon is a feast of football, a feast of rugby league. We're going to see poetry. We're going to see beauty, brute buckle beauty. Thank you very much. Manly Hopkins, Jared Manly Hopkins, who came up with brute beauty all those years ago, well before rugby league was formed. How prescient was the man? He must have been talking about rugby league in his dreams, as we are today. But our dreams are going to be realised here this afternoon, HG. I've got a feeling we're going to have a cracker, an absolute cracker. One for the ages. One for the ages.
Roy, the mining industry's involvement with the rugby league, I tried to outline it at the top of the show.
Yes.
Obviously go very deep roots, rugby league and mining.
Yes.
Did the Shamrocks benefit in your day from any of the big holes dug in the ground in the Lithgow area?
They were very, very useful, HG. You're quite right to talk about the nexus between rugby league and mining. Wherever there is a hole in the ground, you're going to find rugby league players. That's the way it's always been. We used to make great use of the Genders mine, Lithgow, HG. Grassy, our coach, would often take us there just to look at rugby league routes. It was a simple thing. We'd go down 1 or 2, well, it was a bit over 2 kilometres really, to platform 1, Genders mine, then descend by rope, roughly 200 metres. And then we'd find a large fissure or crack, HG, in the rock. We'd below it again by a rope, 450 650 metres.
So at the moment,
was called, yes.
600 metres below the surface.
Oh no, well below that.
Oh,
well,
yes.
much further than HG, because we'd got our, by then we're at what we call the Irish shaft, and then you'd crawl through a tiny crevice into a vast hole, roughly 8 kilometres below the Earth's surface. And Grassy would leave us there in the dark, sometimes for a couple of days, just to have a good look at ourselves. Not that we could, it was totally pitch black dark, and he wouldn't allow us to have any matches or lighters or anything of that. No, it was impossible to create light, but we got to know each other very well, actually, because all we had was feel. And we'd find a lump of coal and play rugby league in the dark, just feeling each other. And I tell you what, we learned some terrific moves. And I tell you what, we learned a lot about not only ourselves, we learned a lot about our colleagues, things we never knew. You know, little nooks, little things. Things have been whispered, you know what I mean? Because after a couple of days, there is sleep involved, and sleep involves dreams. And often chaps will talk in their dreams, and other times we talk when we're awake. God almighty, we learned a lot about each other. Then after a couple of days, you know, we'd hear the chip, chip, chip from above, and we knew someone was going to come down with a torch on their head and lever us out. And I tell you what, we loved it when we got out.
Yes?
Oh yes, 2 days they shared 8 kilometres below the Earth, without no food or light. I tell you what, you love life when you get out. That's what I've always said about miners. Once they retire, by God, they love life if they live.
That's an excellent story, Roy. And how did you play?
Well, it's a real rugby league story.
I know, and how did you play after a couple of days, a kilometre below the Earth's surface?
Well, I'll tell you, it took a little while for the eyes to adjust. So we wore very dark glasses for a couple of days and played in glasses too. It was, a little bit dangerous, you'd have to say. A couple of mates lost their eyesight once they were punched in the eye. Because whenever you put glasses on and walk into a rugby league, someone's going to trouble his ass for a punch in the eye. But I tell you, those blokes that were blinded, they didn't regret a minute of it. They love the experience. They love the bonding that comes. Rugby league is about bonding. People say to me, what is rugby league about? I say it's about bonding. Now, once you've been out there, look at Petro Civic there, actually, he knows about bonding. Once you've been out and poked your head up, once you've had your head parked beside a couple of blokes' buttocks for the best part of the season, by golly, you feel bonded to them.
A, B, C, News Radio, Festival of the Boot, Part 2.
This is The Boot, Part 2, the Rugby League Grand Final, live from Stadium Australia, across the nation, on ABC News Radio.
Roy, look, yesterday in the Boot Part 1, we did make mention of some fantastic programs on the ABC that people could enjoy at other times of the week when they're not listening to ABC News Radio.
Yes.
We talked about the terrific shows on Monday night, where we talked about the 7:30 show with Lee Sales.
It used to be the 7:30 report.
Yeah, now it's just 7:30.
It hasn't suffered by losing the word report there.
It certainly hasn't.
And it hasn't suffered by Kerry O'Brien going upstairs or sideways to Four Corners, where he has to do bugger all, just top and tail.
And we spoke about the Australian story, Four Corners, the whole lineup, Media Watch. And I did make some, what I'm describing today in media commitments as inadvertent comments concerning Hustle and Agatha Christie's Miss Marple.
Yes.
I said these were shows, well, I don't want to repeat my comments, but they were not supportive of these programs. I've been speaking to management overnight, and I wish now to apologise to listeners who may have got the wrong idea. Let me say two things about this, though. I had no idea my comments were being recorded.
No.
I had no idea that people would then, the next day, play them back to me in a less than flattering context.
Yes.
The other thing is, I was at a christening in Scone a couple of weeks ago, and you well know this, and I tried these comments out with the audience. I didn't know the kids who were being christened. There were a couple of young kids there being christened. I just saw 200 or 300 people, and I thought, hello, this looks like a receptive ABC critical audience, and I just said a few things to them concerning Hustle and Agatha Christie's Miss Marple, and I chanced my arm and repeated them yesterday, completely unstuck. I apologise unreservedly to anybody who may have taken offence and are lovers of those programs.
Yes, indeed. And we should point out, I'm mindful of the flack you've been under, HG, as a result of those inflammatory comments. And can I just say that HG both misspoke and was taken out of context, for a start. We have been great supporters of the Sunday night lineup on ABC television. ABC One, that is with Miss Marple, and sometimes the Midsummer Murder Show. Now, I haven't seen too many of them, but when I have seen them, they've been almost professional. You'd have to say they're almost professional in the way they come across. They do have a beginning, a middle and end, a plot and a subplot, and you are confused, and you're not certain as to who the murderer is until the very last scene. And that's a creditable thing in this day and age.
Yes, it certainly is.
But turning to the Monday night lineup, which I think is a real strength for ABC One, that Q&A show, by golly, it's all the talk, isn't it? It's all the talk. And I noticed that the lineup this week, that is over the holiday long weekend, is a particularly strong lineup. I think tomorrow night is Concenti Ferretti Wells.
Ah, wonderful.
Is joining Tony Jones with Corey Bernardi, Sophie Mirabella, Alan Jones, Erica Betts and George Brandis. I think it's going to be a greenhouse gas special, a climate change special, so it should be a very lively discussion, which I'd encourage all to have a look at with an open mind.
Yeah, open mind.
So that's fantastic. And that comes after, of course, that Media Watch show, I think, HG.
Yes. How do you get on with that, Roy?
Oh, look, I quite like the Media Watch show, but I don't like, unless we're in its crosshairs.
Uh-huh.
And I'm expecting you to be in its crosshairs tomorrow night, given the unfortunate
Comments
out
I
of
made.
context comments that were made about Miss Marple
And
yesterday.
Hustle.
And Hustle.
Now, Roy, you've been a critic over the years of this twilight programming of the rugby league fixture, the grand
Yes.
final, the Boot Part 2.
Yes.
As I understand it, you're on record as saying you don't mind a game of rugby league, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 p.m. The one time you're not prepared for rugby league is 5:15 on a Sunday. Are you
madness.
standing by those comments today?
It is madness, HG. It is madness. And I think anyone associated with the decision to put rugby league on at the outrageous time of 5:15 on a Sunday afternoon should A, be put in jail, or B, preferably, my preference, shot. Shot publicly. Rugby league, it's a time that falls between two stools, isn't it? You know, it's not as if it's around lunchtime and you think, oh, well, beauty, let's have our lunch and have a little bit of rugby league. Or let's have our tea and have a little bit of rugby league.
You can't do that.
You can't do it. You can't enjoy your bloody lunch, and you've got to have your tea late. That's what rugby league has come down to. I mean, what sort of marketing bloody genius has come up with this? Is it the rogues at Channel 9 that have been doing this?
I suppose
Or
so.
is it the rugby league that has made this decision? I've got a feeling it must be forced upon them, because never in my day, with association, nearly 60 years of association with the greatest game of all, has rugby league ever been played at 5:15 of a Sunday afternoon. It's madness.
Father John Coots, Ray Price, Dan Staines, Nate Miles, Quentin Pongia, Jarrett the Plane Train Hayne. Great rugby league names, but never mentioned on ABC News Radio.
Roy, obviously we've got a clash of styles here today. We've got the rather thrusting forward movement of and style and shape of the Melbourne Storm playing against the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs forwards in our halves style. Roy, you've looked at both these styles. Which one's going to emerge on top today?
Well, I've got a feeling, see, these coaches are what I call creative coaches, HG. Creative coaches. They're going to come up with the unexpected. Now, we saw a little bit of the unexpected in the AFL. In the AFL certainly we did, but with Canterbury Bankstown last weekend, when they were expected to go through the middle, they don't. They went immediately out wide. Immediately out wide. Now, I think it wouldn't surprise me if they try that again by having one of the rather larger forwards, say Frank Pritchard or Crassiano, out amongst the centres with Josh Morris, out on the left-hand side, to make an early bust and get that ball wide as quickly as possible. Storm won't be expecting that unless they're listening to our comments, and I suspect they might be. Storm are going to play their natural game, but we're going to see a couple of surprise movements around set pieces coming from a scrum in the what we'd call the red zone of Canterbury Bankstown. I'm pretty sure we can see it now. I think we're going to see Billy Slater used as a decoy and not used himself. So we're going to see people thinking Billy's going to get the ball and he won't. That's what I'd be expecting. I'd be surprised if Slater gets the ball at all today. I think that's going to be the big thing. I think everyone's going to be expecting Billy. Billy's going to get a lot of punishment not carrying the ball. I don't think he's going to be carrying the ball today at all. I think we're going to see a lot of surprises coming from the man they call Bellyache, that is Bellamy.
Now, it's good Charlotte come on to warm up the vast crowd here on hand at Stadium Australia in the pre-match entertainment. I understand they're going to be opening the Cold Chisel songbook and having a go at a couple of classics from the Chisel Oeuvre.
Yes, don't they look good? Don't they look getting out of that rather elaborate sports car?
Slipping out there and they're chucking a few shapes. That's excellent from Good Charlotte there. Oh, stray rats, very, very funny. And
stray rats.
And
yes.
they're Bulldog compliant. You can see their supporters as he adjusts the butt crack there.
I tell you what, actually, we never tire of the cap sort of on a jaunty angle on the head, do we?
We don't.
I don't think that's ever lost its impact as an image.
No, you're absolutely right. In, say, 60 years of following rugby league, and there's the reception for Good Charlotte now.
Yes.
Tremendous.
Yeah,
Roy,
tremendous.
I'm just wondering tactically how the Storm are going to cope with that parallel positioning of the two players defending the play the ball.
Oh, this is Roy Masters.
Roy Masters.
Well, it's an illegal move.
It is.
It's an illegal move.
Yeah.
Now, we've got referees out there, actually, three of them.
Mm-hmm.
Three of them. They're going to have to police this. Now, what we have known about Des Hasler, I mean, some are saying he's a genius. I think he's a savant.
A savant?
I think he's a savant, yes. Now, whether he's an idiot savant or
we'll
not,
find out.
we're going to find out today. But he has been using what I'd call cheating tactics with Manly last year, with Manly the year before, and now with Canterbury Bankstown this time. A lot of shepherding comes from set plays from Canterbury Bankstown under the Hasler leadership. And we're going to see this double teaming around the defensive scrum and around the play the ball. Yes, it's illegal. It is illegal. It's got to be weeded out, because if anything's going to destroy rugby league, it's those two things. That two-man play in defence and shepherding.
Now, Roy, Des Hasler is a bit of a genius, though, isn't he? I mean,
he's a genius.
He's got that lab under the Belmore grandstand there.
Yes.
Puts the players in one end. They come out rugby league players at the other. I mean, I don't know how he does it.
I don't know. Is it something like a hyperbaric chamber?
It's a huge hyperbaric chamber where they just float down from one end to the other. They're often in there for 7 or 8 days at a time. There's a lot of what you were describing. I recognise a lot of what you were describing earlier when you described yourself being several kilometres below the earth, floating around without a light, without obviously a
nothing but a lump of coal.
Nothing but a lump of coal. Similar to that.
Yes.
No.
Well, that's true. You do go down, with optimism and come back a rugby league player. Now, is that what it's like for Des Hasler, for the Bulldogs? I suggest it is. They go in with hope in their hearts. They go with certain beliefs, a certain worldview, and they come out rugby league players.
I reckon half an hour on Joel and Benji Madden, he'd have two very good rugby league players. Possible rugby league players, Des Hasler. I mean, they look as though they've got a lot of moves there.
They do, don't they?
That aren't rugby league moves, but, once you put Des Hasler's polish on them.
That's right. That's right. Doesn't the tat look good on a rugby league player these days?
It does.
And I tell you what, I like the tat that goes up the neck that a collar can't hide. That's the tat I love.
What are you thinking of getting? Just a snake or a wombat or a kidna there round the neck, Roy? To reproduce something? Or have you got some image from those days you spent down under the Earth's surface?
Yeah, well, I was thinking of just having a big FU just before the collar cuts in, so people can use their imagination as to where the word might be going.
Now, Roy, at this stage, I mean, I do worry about this surface being ruined here at Stadium Australia by all the dancing and prancing and the Good Charlotte playing the Cold Chisel songbook, all that sort of stuff, which is great, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, you won't get me criticising it, but it is damaging the surface. Do you think there's a little bit too much emphasis placed? Compare and contrast your AFL Grand Final with your Rugby League Grand Final. Do you think there's a little bit too much emphasis placed on this jumping up and down and firing off cannons and all that sort of stuff before we get kick-off?
I agree with you. It's a sacred space, isn't it?
Sacred space.
It's a sacred space. Right. I mean, I don't think even the helicopter, the traditional helicopter. I mean, when they first brought the helicopter into Rugby League, delivering the ball, when was it, 1932?
I think that's right.
It was a hell of a long time ago.
Just before they invented the helicopter.
That's right, just around that time. People argue which came first, the delivering the ball by helicopter or the helicopter itself. I'm not going to find no. It's up to students of history, really, aviation history, to provide us with it. And you can tweet us on that one if you've got any inside information that might help us out here. But I just don't think it looks right. No. The only thing that should be allowed on a rugby league field on the day of a rugby league grand final is rugby league players.
ABC News Radio.
Festival of the Boot 2012. Part 2.
The Let's Go Broncos cheese ring. The Tongan connection. Fat Albert Young. Going upstairs. The obstruction rule and scrums. All great rugby league concepts, but still jokes on ABC News Radio.
Yes, Roy. Well, everything's almost in readiness now, and I've got to say...
Oh, is there some empty seats there, actually? What was that about?
I don't know. I think they were Good Charlotte and Benji, should I say Benji and...
Benji Marshall's
Benji Marshall's there, yes,
Okay.
and Joel, of course, and they were at their seats, and they might be doing another number, because let's face it...
Look at all those kids out there. I mean, a lot of people say our kids are fat and stupid. Look how fit those kids look. At least we've got a couple of hundred fitties out there, haven't we?
Can I point out that they could be rugby league players in the future, those kids?
Yes, they could.
And they would remember this day.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there when the Dogs took on the Storm.
That's right.
And that's what...
Look how colourful they are, too, all those kids, HG.
It's... Well, yeah... But
very summery, very summery colours.
But is that rugby league doing that, or is that mums and dads of Australia doing that?
This would be designed all by the rugby league, without any doubt. All of these colours have to be rugby league approved. They've got to be rugby league compliant. Every part of this. The Good Charlotte, they're whichever guitars they use, the colour of the guitar, the style of the guitar, the type of guitar, it's got to be rugby league compliant, for God's sake.
Just straying away from the pre-match entertainment, which is fabulous, and I think this is the best ever. Certainly the best since Billy Idol came out in the hovercraft.
Oh, who can forget Billy Idol?
Wow,
Billy Idol was great.
He was. White wedding, didn't it go over well? Well, sadly it would have gone over well. Could have heard it. Now,
did Andy Williams ever open the rugby league? I don't remember.
No, I can't remember that. No. Sadly, Andy now won't be able to
Oh, I know that. He always dreamt of doing it. I know that.
I know you had a lot of correspondence with him and the rugby league about what a good tight fit it would be.
I know. He wanted to do Moon River, I think, to open up the rugby. Just going to happen, wasn't it? Let's face it.
Can I ask, moving this on along a little bit, although I'm quite happy to talk about Andy Williams later in the program on ABC News Radio.
Is there going to be an Andy Williams special on ABC News Radio?
There is. There's a special. They're going to play every track he recorded in sequence.
Oh, what a lovely idea.
It is a lovely idea. And
what a lovely idea. Unfortunately, I only remember
Moon River. Well, you remember the Huckleberry Friend.
Oh, well, that was in part of Moon River.
I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Now, look, yesterday...
I never knew what a Huckleberry Friend was. It used to confuse me, that, as a kid. I used to think, well, I know Huckleberry Finn, but he's no friend of mine.
Just coming to something, the bit of fallout from yesterday.
Yeah.
Were you amazed how many tweets we got yesterday concerning, the AFL Grand Final? And
it was extraordinary.
and you got some terrific ones which we couldn't address on air too.
Yes, that's right.
There was a lot of fantastic response to it, and we thank the football-loving public of Australia for that. That was just great. Have you got any today yet?
Well, I have had a couple of tweets each year. A couple of people. Well, Barney for a start.
Yes,
has been
Barney.
tweeting. He's been wondering if we could discuss scrums. Is there still room for scrums in modern rugby league?
Yeah, you're reading.
I think there is. I think there is. I'm quite happy to talk scrums till the cows come home. I do. Certainly, the scrum isn't what it used to be. But then nobody liked it. Then did they?
They like it a lot more now.
It's just a way of organising players. Into a formal sort of shape
to suck them out of the play.
Yes,
to create a better space out wide.
Thank you. That's all it's for, and as it achieves its purpose in that regard.
I was looking over your phone the other day, and I did notice somebody wanted to discuss the influence of Mormonism on the rugby league, which I think is a fantastic topic.
It is, and I think there is a parallel there, HG, just in the way. I think it was the Angel Moroni, who delivered the tablets of gold to Joseph Smith. Upon which were the Articles of Faith of the Mormon.
The two new books.
Well, mystery is always surrounded where the original rules of rugby league came from. Now, it's my understanding that there was a mountain involved, someone climbing that mountain and returning with, I don't know if the tablets were gold or not, but with the rules. He then went into a room and read those rules out through a window where they were written down. This before he expired, actually. He expired. He read out all the rules of rugby league that he'd received on the mountain. And then he collapsed, unfortunately, and died. Yeah. So we don't know where the rules came from, whether there was some mystery involved, whether there was some angelic presence. But we know that rugby league is as much a sport of faith as anything else. And that's what makes me think that this story of the tablets of silver or the tablets of tungsten, as some have argued, that were delivered on the mountain, Scotsman's Hill in Lithgow, in 1907, August, and came down, and then the reading of these tablets through the Courthouse Hotel window, to me, has the ring of truth.
ABC News Radio.
Miners on the march are united under the banner of Rugby League. This is the Festival of the Boot Part 2 across the nation on ABC News Radio.
Yes, it's the Boot Part 2, the Rugby League Grand Final, and the teams will be running on in just a few minutes' time, maybe about 8 minutes' time. Roy, the stench of the Storm's cheating on the salary cap, has that odour been blown away completely? Now, I know that the Dogs were also pinged for this, but they were penalised in the year they were pinged, whereas time went on in the Storm's case, and now there's this confusing position where all the players have premiership rings, but they don't have any premiership trophies.
No, it's
Seems to be a bit a muddle, yes.
It's a muddle. Look, I think this is going to bury a lot of ghosts, HG, should the Storm win today, because I think at this stage, while Bellamy has won grand finals, he's never won a premiership.
No, an odd position to be in.
Isn't that an odd position? I can think of no odder position. You know, it defies logic, doesn't it? It's a very weird position. So I think this would bury a lot of ghosts. But if the Storm don't win today, if Bellamy is not to win today, I think he'd have to say that he would probably feel that he is destined never to win a premiership.
Wow.
I think that's how strong the feeling would be. And the players know that.
Yes.
The players are doing this for Bellamy.
Right.
They're not doing it for themselves.
No.
You know, I don't think the players have any interest in themselves winning personally. I think it's just for Craig Bellamy.
And
such as their worship of the man. I mean, it is almost a religious respect they have for him.
Has he spent a lot of time underground with no light? Just in cracks in the earth?
Well, yes. He's a Lithgow man.
Yeah.
Well, Portland. Now, a lot of people say that Portland is just a hole in the ground. And I think that's fair to say. And he emerged from that hole in the ground under mysterious circumstances, HG. I think he was about 16 when he was first discovered coming out of that hole in the ground. No one knew where he'd been. Didn't seem to have any parentage, lineage or anything. He just appeared. And has been a bit of a guru, a rugby league guru ever since. Having never seen a game, he knew all the rules.
Yeah, and wow.
So there was a lot of mystery surrounding Craig Bellamy.
Now, on the other hand, the Bulldogs do have a fantastic advantage over the Storm, and that's their mascot.
Yes.
Their mascot's a sort of I'd say a Healthy Harold type.
Yes.
Sick Cedric type.
Yes.
A very big dog in blue and white.
Yeah.
You know, is this useful?
I don't know. Look, I'm still coming to terms with the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs as Bulldogs. To me, they're still berries.
Yeah, well, that's true.
You know, I would have loved to have seen just a big berry.
On wheels.
On feet.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I think that's something the kids could relate to. You know, because years ago, everyone wanted to be a berry.
Uh-huh.
Everyone loved berries.
You know, in the original rules, when the Courthouse Hotel, didn't they stipulate that all the teams were to be called berries and fruiterers and, etc.?
Yeah.
I can't do all the names.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And that the Bulldogs seem to be a...
Well, the Bulldogs is a confectionery construct, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's been an add-on in the last, 10, 12 years or so.
Yeah.
I don't know why they turned their backs on the berries, but they lost a whole generation of fans who were, pretty well rusted on to the berry concept.
It's not as though the berry concept is a stranger to people today in the supermarket. There seem to be more berries available in your fruit shops and your supermarkets than ever before.
Well, when did blueberries become a superfruit, HG?
Well, I don't know.
That would have seemed to me a marriage in heaven.
I know.
To have for the blueberry industry to associate themselves with the Bulldogs.
Wow.
Well, not the Bulldogs.
No,
the Bulldogs
it would be
stayed out.
Canterbury
Bankstown. Now, the Canterbury Bankstown blueberry.
It's got a ring to it, hasn't it?
That's a natural fit for mine. Natural fit.
And how I know you know the areas of Sydney, not that you don't know Melbourne well, but this spiritual home in Belmore and moving the berries/Bulldogs back to it, it's been a win-win-win, hasn't it?
It has.
Except for the fruit industry.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I know the Blueberry Growers Association of Australia, of which I'm very proud to be a part of, were very disappointed that the Canterbury Bankstown Club didn't have a reach out and touch exercise. Just to at least experiment, just to take the players to, say, a blueberry farm, just do a bit of picking and have a few photographs taken to see if there was a natural fit there. I would love to see Sam Cassiano pulling a few blueberries off the bush, and I think a lot of people would. You know, I think, and it being a superfood, you know, it's an anti-carcinogen. You know, it helps you with any bowel disorder you might have. I mean,
it's brilliant.
You can rub it on yourself. You know, if you're having trouble, you know, going forward downstairs sometimes, just whack a few blueberries in your underpants and Bob's your uncle. I mean, there's nothing that fruit can't do.
ABC News Radio.
Festival of the Boot 2012. Part 2.
The Let's Go Broncos cheese ring. The Tongan connection. Fat Albert Young. Going upstairs. The obstruction rule and scrums. All great rugby league concepts, but still jokes on ABC News Radio.
Roy, the two grub lineup that the Bulldogs have used this year, we've got the grub skipper, Ennis, the menace.
He's the original grub, isn't he?
The original grub. And Josh Reynolds, how much of grubs are they?
Yeah. Well, I think they're grubs.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Do they want to go on with it?
Yeah.
They want to tell the referee how to referee.
That's it. They're gabby, they gob off all the time, they're always, you know, poking about, putting their fingers in your eyes, you know, giving you a pinch, this sort of stuff that I think is beneath rugby league,
Yes.
to be frank, that sort of behaviour.
You don't want a good...
No,
head
look,
high,
I don't mind.
shoulder charge.
Look, I think every team should have a grub, just to keep the other team honest. But two grubs,
No.
I just don't think. I think that's going to have a negative effect on the team.
Right.
Because it'll galvanise the other team against them even more. I mean, well, all a grub does is fire up an opposition. Let's face it. It doesn't help. It doesn't help his own team.
No.
You know, that grub work doesn't help. You know, the only real grub works that helps is if you take someone out. Now,
Yeah.
Terry Lamb, he knew how to do the grub work properly. You break a bloke's jaw.
Well, this is going back a long time,
Yeah.
maybe 89,
Yeah.
grand final, where he took
Ellery
out...
Hanley,
Yeah.
the Black Pearl.
That's right. And that was the entertaining dogs then.
That's right.
Will we see some of that today? Do you think there'll be a chance that there could be a
A busted jaw?
Well, traditional softening up period, a bit of a stink.
Well, I would love to see a traditional softening up period, HG, in which
Are
case...
there stinkers on both sides?
Oh, yes, of course there are stinkers on both sides. They're both
rugby
league teams. But what we do have the benefit of, HG, with the Canterbury, Bankstown Berries, the Blueberries.
Are you going to call them that today?
The Blueberries, yes.
We're going to go Berry Storm.
Why not?
Go Blueberry Storm.
Blueberry
sometimes.
Storm.
Gooseberries sometimes as well.
Well, okay. Raspberries. There's nothing wrong with it. Or strawberries.
Here's a bloke now on screen who should eat a bit more blueberry by
By
the
the
look.
looks of things, yeah. But there's plenty of fibre in his diet, they say, Phil Gould. He is fibre compliant. No, I was talking about the snow bunnies, actually.
Oh, the snow bunnies, yes.
You know, I
Yes.
think this is the first time we've seen a couple of
You're talking about
blueberries and snow bunnies.
Graham and Tolman.
Graham and Tolman, yes. Yeah. Aren't they fantastic players? Haven't they been a wonderful addition to rugby league? One of them's come from England.
That's right. Where I think he might have won Super League.
Super League, he
grand
has.
finals.
Yeah, I mean, he's a grand final specialist.
Oh, yeah.
Grand final specialist. Isn't it good to see Phil Gould pointing out what's going to happen today? You know, the players got to dig deep. It's all about knowing yourself, and
eating
finding
berries
something
beforehand.
within yourself, and making sure you've done the little things well, making sure you've stuck to your routine, and you listen to what the coach's instructions are, and you put your team ahead of yourself, and all of those things. It doesn't hurt to be reminded of that.
No, true.
A lot of people forget. They think, oh well, rugby league, yeah, what's that about again? Well, this is how you learn.
And are players privy to this? Will they be able to see this?
He would have run it by them, by both clubs.
He would have
so that
gone
he
into the
wouldn't
rooms
offend.
and...
So that he wouldn't offend.
Yeah.
He'd have given them a scripted look, about a week ago. This is what I intend to say. Any objections? Oh, Gus, could you not say that? Could you?
Yeah, I'm not a grub.
I'm not a grub.
Yeah,
Can we have
Michael.
no grub talk?
Yeah,
Thank you very much. And we are actually Bulldogs, not berries, if you wouldn't mind.
Now, stinkers in either side, Roy. You were going to develop a point.
Stinkers, yes. Okay.
Pritchard, known stinker.
Yep.
Josh Jackson, known stinker. Greg Eastwood, stink.
Yeah.
Ennis, grub, stinker.
Yep.
Says it all.
Yep.
Josh Reynolds, stinker too.
Well, the only two that
Grub two.
the only two berries that aren't, stink merchants, you'd have to say, are the most unlikely pair. That's Cassiano and Pritchard.
Yeah, true.
They're not stink merchants, yet
No.
they look as if they're pure stink, don't they?
They do. And on the other side, of course, you've got tons of stinkers there. I mean, they all stink.
They do, don't they? I mean, Lowry's capable of a stink.
Widdop.
Hinchcliffe, Hoffman can stink.
Widdop.
Yeah,
Names-
Widdop, Sikamanu, Norrie. Smith's been known to stink as well, you know. He sometimes can have a touch of the G's about him. By G, I mean grub. You know, it's not beneath him to go a little grubby sometimes. You know, but he does it in such a classy way. You know, I think he's the first classy grub rugby league's ever had.
ABC News Radio. Festival of the Boot. Part 2.
Yes, well, any moment now, the rugby league teams for this fantastic final, this great rugby league final, the Boot Part 2, will be running on to Stadium Australia. And the Canterbury Bankstown team, Roy, haven't travelled that far. Is distance a problem for rugby league players, given that the Storm have had to come up the Hume?
Look, our infrastructure's not good enough, is it? I mean, really, the Storm should have been able to get up here, say, leaving this morning. But no, they had to come up a couple of days ago.
That breakfast, are you worried about the breakfast they had?
I don't think the breakfast
no
was
atmosphere,
right.
was there?
No.
I mean, you tried to get something going, coming in saying, you're going to play as berries, you clowns, that sort of stuff. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
But then you're ignored.
No, I know that.
It's lost all its poke and grunt.
It has.
Used to be a great thing. You could always get a stink in the car park afterwards there. Now everybody goes...
I mean, I hate this new professionalism.
New professionalism.
Yeah, that's what I hate. I mean, rugby league's got to go back to its roots. You know, that you could have a fight at the drop of a hat. I mean, that's what people loved about rugby league. And rugby league players, that there was always a sense of danger. You know, when you knew a rugby league player was coming around for dinner, you think, oh, God, you better hide a few things, you know, because there's likely to be a breakout of something. Well, those days have gone. Now, you know, you can have someone around, rugby league player around for tea, and you're not going to have things smashed.
No, you can fall asleep and wake up, and everything will be exactly
as the same. Yeah. So that small element of danger has left us. What I was going to say, though, HG, on the berries side, I've always found David Stagg to be a bit of a loser as a player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's ever won anything.
No, he's moved around a lot.
He's been a journeyman.
Yes.
But wherever he's gone, the team has tended to lose.
That's not good.
No. Whether they can break the Stagg hoodoo today. But here comes Cam Smith. Doesn't he look good, HG, as a classy grub?
Well, he certainly is.
Billy Slater, of course. He's total grub. And Slater's capable of grubbiness.
And you just have to put Cronk in there, and you've got one of the great spines of rugby league.
Yes,
obviously
the big
Cam,
three.
Big three, Cam, Cooper, Cronk, and Slater at the back.
Yeah.
And isn't it great to have a grand final where we can use the word onk?
Isn't it ever?
It echoes Scott Tronk.
I know.
He played all those years ago.
I know. Look, it's a Neolithic name, isn't it? Who knows when the onks first started roaming around? You know, you'd have to go back to Göbekli Tepe in Anatolia, I would suggest.
And of course, the Melbourne Storm on the park, and here come the Dogs. And of course, you know, that whole cry goes up, let the dogs out. And you can see one of the snow bunnies there in the background of the snow.
You mean who let the berries out?
Sorry, yeah. Who let the berries
Who opened the fridge and got the berries out?
There are a lot of Berry supporters here today, Roy.
There are.
And there's the coach.
There's the head berry.
And here's grub number one, obviously on the way out, closely followed by Josh Morris.
How proud would Slippery Morris feel?
Slippery Steve Morris played for St George all those years ago.
And I think he might have ended up a dog, a berry.
He could have ended up a berry.
Yeah.
And there's the
big two.
The big two, Casiano and, of course, Pritchard. Yeah. And we saw a glimpse there in that other shot of the dog Wolf. Obviously, as I said earlier, there's the dog there to the right of the screen, looking good. But the Storm have nothing to counter. It should be something where the Storm feel as though, bloody hell, they've got a great mascot. What are we doing in that department?
Well, how can you have a Storm mascot?
Oh, they should have thought that through.
They should have thought that through.
See, even a berry would be fantastic, as you pointed out a while ago.
A big blueberry with feet.
Yeah.
Kids would love that.
They would.
Now, the crowd, 82,000 at this stage.
82,000?
82,000, and the estimation is that about 20% are Storm fans.
Is that right? 20%?
The rest are all rusted onto the berries. The rest are all berry eaters.
Now, And, you know, when you've advanced these ideas, obviously the social media will be picking them up. Is there any feedback yet on whether the Berry, as a name for the knee Bulldogs, is taking off in that world?
I think so. A chap calling himself Bulldog has got in touch saying that he's going to change his name to Berry. Well, that's got to be a good start, isn't it?
And the national anthem can't be far away as the two teams line up. And I'm just hoping to get a cross down to the national anthem with that fantastic artwork there, Roy. I hope that's not painted on.
What is that, HG? Is that that's the trophy, is it?
It looks like the trophy, and of course a bit of Bulldog/Storm painting. Berry/Storm painting. In the here, of course, I think Sarah De Bono, who won one of the great.
She's great.
Talent quests.
Oh, listen to these people and weep.
This is fantastic. Here is Sarah De Bono with the national anthem. Beautifully done.
When a boy becomes a man, he must do the best he can to live his life and find his childhood dream. I've had the good times and the bad, but the biggest break I've had was when I found that girl that thought of only me. Thank you for your smile and the love that's in your eyes. And thank you for the heart that's big and true. Thank you for the many things you are, my love. Let me thank you for just being you. Let me thank you for just being you. Every man must make a few mistakes and put a few feet wrong. And sometimes I feel I want to say, forget it. But with my baby by my side.
Yes, a beautiful reading of the national anthem there. And Roy, the Berries, they looked absolutely at home with the change of name.
They do, don't they? I feel they look more like Berries than Bulldogs, don't they? I mean, suddenly Bulldogs seems a bit naff, a bit yesterday, doesn't it?
Bit last year's model now. Hey, did you read anything into the lineup there? Nerves?
Look, they are going to be nervous, HG. I mean, very few of them have grand final experience, apart from one of the Snow Bunnies. Stag might have been in one or two, but lost them all. So this will be a first time for them, whereas many, certainly the spine of the Storm, have won grand finals.
Yes,
they
that's
just
the
haven't
trouble.
won a premiership.
And there's the Madden brothers there with the... God, they've taken rugby league to their hearts, haven't they? That's fantastic. They look right at home here now.
Do, don't
As
they?
Somebody pointed out, they've gone from the couch to the kitchen, the Madden boys.
Yeah, they have, haven't they?
And hasn't our talent question... Haven't we got talent here, Roy?
Oh, Australia's got talent, has it? What?
It's just unbelievable.
I think per capita, we have more talent in this country per capita than anywhere else.
You know, any one of the Berries could have won that competition and
Yes.
sung the national anthem.
I know.
And here's Ben Barber there waiting for big things from Ben all afternoon. And here's the Bamfords now, ready to get this match underway. The Boot Part 2, the Rugby League Grand Final here at Stadium Australia. It's primed to go off in a moment. And don't be surprised that there's an early score from the Berries. Is that fair, Roy, as they did the other day against the Rabbits?
Yes, that's right. That's right, HG. Now remember, Barber worked as a car wash in Yagoona.
I know.
Up until recently.
We're underway in the Boot Part 2. A magnificent kick-off there. And a great roar goes up from the 80,000 people here as the Storm bring it back. And met by a huge reception committee of Berries there. I might have been Chip Morris there getting involved. And away it goes now to the Storm. It's a terrific opening, very lively tactics early.
Very
Roy.
strong defence, especially from Eastwood by the looks, HG.
He's very lively, Berry. Now, Roy, was that a bad kick-off to lose, do you think? You're happy?
I'm very happy with it. So far, it's even Stevens.
And tactics early, Roy.
Yeah, as we'd expect, we're seeing the Storm bring it up through the middle, as they are wont to do.
Yes.
And very, very strong, very defence.
Cam Smith with a run from dummy half there.
Cassiano around his legs.
And Eastwood there. Eastwood, a lively, unlikable almost grub-like
Yeah.
Berry player, but now the Berries have the ball back.
Barber.
Here the roar when Barber gets the ball. He goes one way and knocked over by a terrific reception committee there of Storm. Now it's back to, I think it might have been Josh Morris. Josh Morris looking for a player out wide. Is that
That's one of their wingers, I think, actually. Yes, I think so. Might have been Jonathan Wright.
Jonathan Wright coming in off the wing there, picks up the ball and away goes to his daddy. And is that Chip Morris there?
Yeah, that is the Morris. But see, this is weird, not having the forwards run the ball up like this, HG.
And now here come the forwards, and they're passing away. And there's one of the Snow Peas with the ball now. Might be the Snow Pea from England, who's come all the way to play rugby league on this rather beautiful warm day. Uncertain conditions, very close to a
Here's
ball.
your run around. Here's
There's
the
scrum
first
two.
move.
Beautiful reference there.
It is snuffed out.
And
Bottler. Beautiful defence there from the Storm.
the haircut truck's been passed in whose house during the week. Here's Keating with a kick, an early kick there as it comes down beautifully snared there on the wing there. Might be Wacker there on the wing. He
Here's
passes
Billy
the ball away.
Slater on the run, HG. Is he going to run it up?
Oh, and intercepts and a knock on. Oh, that was almost curtains there. It's picked up there by O'Neill, I think, with the ball now.
Yeah, but no advantage, HG. We might see a scrum set down. Not sure. Are we going to play on? Playing advantage. Play on.
Go sort of further in. I think this is Wacker with the ball now. He's knocked over almost in the centre by one of the Snow Peas. Here's Billy Slater. This is almost curtains here. What an amazing interceptor would have been there. I think that was Sam Perrott going for the interceptor.
What an experienced winger he is, HG.
Play with a number of clubs. And here comes the Storm working their way
up
up.
the middle. We're seeing already Storm up the middle, HG. Canterbury coming out wide.
And a lot of Storm possession early in the match so far. Only a couple of minutes gone, of course. And away it goes further out wide. Might be Lowry with the ball. No, I don't think that. Is that the 15? Kevin
Yes,
Proctor?
that's Finnecane.
Oh, Finnecane, okay. But here comes now Storm lining it up in the middle with the prop here, the Todd Lowry.
Yeah, Finnecane, had he got that ball away, Slater was ready to receive it, HG.
Cam at dummy half. He goes wide to
Kicking early.
Kronk, kicking early. Barber, difficult ball to
Try
get
getting back into the...
No, they haven't been able to do that. He's made it back into the field of play. Short play the ball there, and it looks
Here's
like
where
Morris.
the Storm are relentless, HG. They will keep them pinned now on their goal line.
They've got to work a way of getting it out of here. I think they're going to have to come back into the middle to have a crack, but it's still with the number 3 out wide, or the number 2. Is that
yeah, they're
Perrott?
using the wingers, HG. Perrott again to bring it up.
Here comes a runner, one of the runners there. It's one of the bigger blokes. Looks like that might be Pritchard with the ball. Away it comes now onto Cassiano. Cassiano looks to unload. He fell to earth
They've
for the
made
big
about
bloke.
25 metres in the centre 6, HG. Not a great centre 6 for the Berries.
The grub gets knocked over after he got rid of the ball. Now it's picked up by the Melbourne Storm. Looks like Slater on the return here. He gets past one.
Past 2.
He's gone 2. He's gone the wrong way. Inu rounds him up and collars him. Inu in these beautiful orange boots. Love those orange boots. A Snow Pea there with the help of the tackle. Away it comes now to
Wingers taking it up again.
O'Neill, both sides using the wingers early. That's just a bit of a surprise.
It is a big surprise, actually.
Looks like the Storm have borrowed the Berries tactics.
Yep.
And Cam Smith there at dummy half. Then it goes away out wider to Lowry.
Big defence there. Big defence from Eastwood.
Great tackle there. He got a beautiful try the other week. I just ran away from the mate who toyed with him.
This is dangerous looking.
Well, that's Hoffman there taken. Hoffman loves to find
Great experience, Hoffman, at State of Origin level.
Kronk. That's good defence there. And he's in his ear as well. Inu putting his hand up.
Being a grub.
Number 3. Cam Smith with a kick away from the card table side of the ground. They set themselves. Up they go. It comes off hands and it's picked up.
Forward. That went forward, actually.
And it's out to Barber on the other far side. Barber's going to run away. Barber's got no one in front of him. What a magnificent worker tries to do it.
I think this should be called back, HG, because I think it went forward.
I think he's called it back.
Let's go upstairs. We need Margaret Pomerantz to have a look at this.
And David Stratton.
Are they both of them today, HG?
They were both again. They had such a great day yesterday, examining that 2D well. There's a bit of a shoulder hammer.
From Inu, this has gone right back before the up and under. Here's the up and down now. Does it go forward? Yes,
wow.
It came off a Canterbury hand,
Well, the trouble is, and there's a ball playing forward there.
Yeah, I know.
But psychologically,
I don't think it's a try, actually. I think it's come off a Canterbury hand. It's a knock on. We're going to have a scrum with a Storm feed. That's certainly what Cam Smith's thinking.
Well, Cam Smith would like to be thinking that, but he looks exhausted already. And
they are. I mean, the speed at which this is being played.
It's unbelievable, the pace of it. Now, I reckon the rules have to be changed slightly, because that was a hard look at this. This is hard. Okay.
Let's see. It comes off his hand. Comes off the Bulldog. It comes off the Bulldog's hand, so Cassiano is offside.
Okay.
It's going to be a penalty to the Storm because... No, they're playing the scrum, not a penalty, as I thought.
So 0-0, 5 minutes gone. And a Storm feed right on the line. And here come the Storm away. They've got a good chance to put some points on the board here. As I think it might be Lowry with the ball, who's running it forward now. Knocked over. They must have changed the numbers here on me. Is that Proctor?
No, they haven't, HG. That is Finnecane.
Okay, Wade comes down and it's
try!
Oh, no, yes, a try! Hoffman.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Hoffman, HG.
Hoffman with a try. Early try.
Yep. Now, I tell you what the Storm have done there, actually, was very interesting. They packed their backs into the scrum and had their forwards running as backs.
Right, so that's a distinct copy of the Berries tactics.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right, HG. So we saw out wide to begin with was their replacement forward, that is Dale Finucane, and then running off him was it the Storm?
Hoffman.
Was Ryan Hoffman, yes.
Yeah. Now, how about that for a change? It comes off hands.
Yeah.
Ben Barber escapes for a try, called back,
Yes.
Restart, suddenly the Storm are in.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
With a kick
it
to
can
come.
be a cruel game, HG. And I think I let you down there, HG. It was Kevin Proctor.
Proctor, that's right. Now they.
Kevin Proctor.
Well,
Now,
he
my
must.
mistake, and I do make an apology.
He must have started, and so
He
they.
did start. He did start. Now, who they've left out? They might have left Sikamanu off there, HG. I think.
I tell you who I'm hoping they can get on real soon is Richie Faoso.
Oh, I love Faoso.
Well, it's just the way he plays.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see him pull a change
Yeah.
now. Wonderful opening try
Yeah.
there from Hoffman.
Now, I tell you what this does, HG, is take 80% of the crowd out of it for a while.
It does.
And
It
brings
does.
that 20% of the crowd into it for a while.
That's right. So Berry supporters are,
Very quiet.
Very quiet.
Because they think, oh, we had a try. Oh, no, we didn't. Oh, there's a try against us. Double blow.
I know. It's almost an 8-point try.
Now, Cam wasn't kicking well last week. Let's see if he's been doing any kicking practice, HG.
Yes.
Normally, he's a very sweet kicker of the ball, Cam Smith.
Yes. Well, the pressure got to him, I think, last week.
It might
but
have
that was
done. Mind you, this is not the best side for him to kick. He's going to swing it around. He's going to hook it around. So he's got to kick slightly to the left of the upright as we see it.
And now Cam Smith coming in to add the extras. Here he goes, kicks on its way. What's he done with it? He's
Swung away.
missed it.
He wasn't kicking well.
What's that cheer? That cheer is Berry supporters. The
Yep.
score in the boot part 2, 4-0.
ABC News Radio.
Festival of the Boot 2012. Part 2.
The Let's Go Broncos cheese ring, the Tongan connection, Fat Albert Young, going upstairs, the obstruction rule, and scrums. All great rugby league concepts, but still jokes on ABC News Radio.
Yes, we're back underway here at Stadium Australia in Boot Part 2, the kick-off, and a return of about 20 metres so far. They're on the 20-metre line now. The Storm carrying it back. The Berry opposition here, knocking him over. They're up to the 30. Cam Smith, might have been a slight mistake there at the play. The ball let go, knocked over by a couple of big forwards. Looks like Casiano and Eastwood.
Here's a snow bunny warming up, HG.
I want to see 2 snow bunnies out there.
Who doesn't?
That'd be great. I want to see snow bunnies on one side and take on also.
Yeah.
And now a kick from Clark.
High,
Storm.
HG. You're going to try and get Barber back in.
Oh, Barber's missed it. Oh, what's happened here?
Oh, no, the
Did he
wheels have
touch
come
that?
off. Yeah, of course he touched it.
The wheels have come off the Berries. That's
The
an
wheels have come right off.
uncharacteristic Berry mistake there, Roy.
Yep. That is. Normally he's safe as houses under the high ball, but here there was no pressure. You can't blame any pressure here, HG. He just dropped it cold.
Can I say there's a technical thing there, though? He should be square to the ball. He's trying to take it side on. He's got to mark it using the body.
You should have a word to Des Hasler, HG.
I think that's the genius of Hasler is that he forgets those sort of things. Now,
Yeah.
it's where his tat is.
I think Hasler's thinking is if you do drop the ball, normally it'll go behind you and won't be a knock on, whereas if you're facing direct on and drop the ball, it's going to be a knock on.
Yeah, there's Dr. Frankenstein. We got a shot of him in the soundproof booth there. And so it's a restart, and now the Melbourne Storm have the ball, and they're running it up onto the 42.
And
Find
they're
the 40
looking very confident, these Storm now, HG. I mean, there's no pressure like scoreboard pressure.
Is that Kevin Sheedy said
That's
that?
Kevin Sheedy.
Ryan Hoffman with the ball again. He's running it up. He's the try scorer in the early part of the...
Man of the match so far for Ryan Hoffman. He's making very easy metres.
And the Churchill medalist is your suggestion, Hoffman, Churchill medalist. Back to Cronk. Cronk knocked over by Snow Bunny and Eastwood there.
Yeah.
It might be Keating, rather, on about the 20-metre line from the Berries line. So they're deep in Berry territory here, the Storm. They're looking to put more early points on the board.
And this use of Proctor out wide is proving very effective, HG.
Back it comes on the inside. Cam Smith on to with a little kick, and it's going to be too fat. He's got to take it over the line. Restart. This is enormous pressure here that the Berries are
My word.
soaking up. And there's
yep.
Bellyache up in the box, looking like Richard III.
He does. He never looks. I've never seen him happy.
Yeah, now is this winter of discontent made glorious
I
summer
know.
by this try of Storm.
Yep. Well, that's the Portland in him. You see, Portland people are never happy.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
They all want to live in Lithgow, I take it.
Well, I don't know. It's
Or is it the
just a
cement?
feature of it's the cement, I think, HG. I mean, in fact, there are more winners of the lottery living in Portland than anywhere else in Australia. Yet they're not happy.
This is Norrie with the ball and a big run up there. Now there's your percentages. Storm 74% in the...
And here's a penalty, HG. One of the Snow Bunnies wanted to go on with it.
Now, I reckon what we want is consistency now.
Consistency, and Anderson's going to get involved. Grub here. There, what's going on, Rev? Talk to me. You're a grub. I'm not going to talk to you. Just get out of here, grub.
I was going to say, there was opportunity before where I think they should have played this penalty. Now, this is a square up for that earlier miss, I reckon.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But we want consistency. So
we
here
do.
come the Storm again.
Yeah, and Storm are confident enough not to take a shot at goal here, actually. They're going for the 6 points.
Here comes Cam with a dummy half. Here goes
Here's Billy.
Slater out wide. Oh, the ball's falling ground, but there's plenty of space out wide as a runner on the far side. That looks like Wacker. Bit hard to tell from our position. And here the terrific work here from the Berry
A lot
forward.
of wrestling there from Cassiano. That
That's
was almost
beautiful.
a grapple tackle, HG.
And it'll be restart there. Onk now with the ball. Onk onto, let's see, that's Norrie. Norrie knocked over on the ABC News radio signage. Back it comes up and they're 10 metres away. They're threatening. Here comes a load up.
Dangerous
and they
here. Dangerous. Dangerous.
Fourth tackle. The Berries defence holds up. Remember, I think this is their 16th
Yeah,
tackle.
no, penalty here for going on with it again. That's Christian Inu. Christian Inu being a goose, letting down his Berry mates.
Lying in the tackles, they're going to be hot on that, but it may come back to bite them on the bum when the possession goes the other way. Now,
Cook's arguing here to go for the 2 points, but I think they're going to go for the 6 again. Now, I think the Berries are falling asleep here, actually. I think they're falling asleep.
well, it's just the onslaught of possession, the weight of possession.
80% possession.
I know. This is about 19th tackle in a row that they've got. Hoffman almost over for another.
Yeah, but their goal line defence is better than anyone in the league. The Berries.
The Berries are fantastic defence.
Oh,
Here
he
they
took
go.
his head off. That's going to be a penalty. Was that Ennis?
No,
Was
that's-
that the grub?
that's the
very
grub.
high tackle.
On an onk, I think.
Yeah.
Going wider now, looking for a player out much wider. Widdop now with the ball. Widdop.
Widdop.
Beautiful.
Isn't he an
snapping.
unsung hero, Woodop?
He is, and a funny name too.
Yeah.
Back it comes to Cronk. Cronk goes one way, then the other way, decides to run himself, looking for a run on the inside.
Great
Unable to join
online
it.
to goal line defence, though. This is great defence.
Cam Smith now opens it up further wide. They look to go in and kick in behind. Widdop there again, but the Berries have the ball back.
Oh, they're
Now, here's
walking down,
trouble.
marching,
Here's
they're gonna
trouble.
march him.
Now,
6 more. 6 more. Soak it up, boys.
so we're up to 18 already.
Yep.
Now we're going to go to 24
We're going to go to 24 tackles. Unheard of in rugby league history.
in Boots Part 1 or 2.
Or 2.
Yes. Now, Roy, what happens here is this wearing? Which side's this wearing out?
This is wearing out the Berries. You
Yes,
have
I
to think,
know.
actually. I mean, it's much harder to defend than attack in terms of effort and energy.
And Des,
Yeah, but Des knows if they can survive this, and the Storm get away with just being 4 up after this imbroglio that's happening here, this is going to be a big win
for the Berries. And so it comes back. Here's a run up now. Norrie, I think, with the ball. He's knocked over on the ABC News radio signage. Now they've got to watch this because I think they lay in the tackle a bit too
Yeah,
much.
they do.
And
They're trying
here's
to slow it
Hoffman.
down.
Hoffman going one way, then the other.
Hoffman's been good. Again, this wrestling, a lot of grappling going on in the tackles, HG. A lot of
And
grappling.
Eastwood pulling the other player off, which is an attractive side in itself
Yep.
in rugby league. And now they've got a bit of space up and a bit.
Oh, there's Billy taken heavily, or they're trying to... Oh, God almighty, they're trying to crash him.
Now, do you think they should start a bit deeper, the Storm?
Yes, I do.
Because they're not
I've
getting enough
always said
pace up.
this.
Oh, they held
That's
him.
a very high tackle again,
I know.
HG. They're deliberately holding players up here.
And,
Remember Warren Ryan did this years ago? Well, once you're called held, HG, you've got to let the bloke go.
Yeah, they're just laying in the
Point is
tackle
going
way
on
too
with
much.
it after you've heard the word held. I mean, surely Des would have told them what held means.
No, I don't think so. He's got to spell it out at half-time. Now they're going to take the points and have a shot, I think.
Well, I think that's a mistake. I think keep the pressure going. I mean, it's wearing the Berries out.
Look, I loved it when we saw two beards having a go at Cam Smith as we
Yeah.
watch him replay. There's
Oh,
one
no, that's
beard,
a high shot.
another beard.
That's a high
He's
shot.
played a high shot.
That's a high shot.
Let's have a look
at
at
this. Yeah, that's a high shot. He should be on report
Yes, do you think? Or sent off?
or sent off.
Yeah.
Send a message.
Well, just for being a berry.
Yeah, for being a Berry. Now,
And-
Ennis, gobbing off. Get on with it, grub. Well, I think this is a bit of white flag here from the Storm going for the 2 points, HG. This has
Look,
got white flag. This has got yellow written all over it, hasn't it?
it certainly is. Now, Cam lining him
They're
up.
saying they're yellow.
Now, he's had a shot at goal already
Yeah,
and he's
missed it,
missed
but this is
it.
the better side for him, being a lefty. He's going to hook this around nicely.
And,
But he missed shots like this last week, HG. He missed a lot of shots like
and
this.
how do you think the referee's going, the Bamfords? This is obviously
Well,
Tony Bamford.
the jury's still out because we haven't seen much of the Berries with the ball.
No.
All we've got to see is consistency.
Consistency, exactly right. Exactly right. Now, Cam, of course.
Yeah. Well, what Smith is saying here is he's got a tremendous amount of respect for the Berries' defence. There's the 2 points.
Oh,
No,
they hit the
he's missed it.
post. It hit the post.
Missed.
And now play on. And the Berries have got the ball.
Yeah.
Wow, he's
Well,
missed another one.
that's a victory for the Berries.
Yes. And here come the Berries running it away.
Yeah.
What an amazing moment. At least 24 tackles. And listen to the crowd get behind the Berries now.
they're
Here's a
calling-
snow pea on a snow pea. Or snow bunny on a snow bunny.
Yeah. The crowd's calling for a penalty, actually. That's what they want.
Exactly.
For no
On the-
reason, just
on
a
the
penalty.
kicking out wide, here's Josh Morris with the ball. A Berry They made a change up front. They've got Casiano off. Here's a Snow Bunny with the ball running up onto the ABC News radio signage, and they've made some easy yards here. Now, they're not used to it. Keating with a kick there. He goes
a good kick,
a little line finder. No, it's well diffused there by Billy Slater. Billy passes the ball along the back line, out wide, another pass there.
Now
they're going to walk him. That is very bad. They listen to the crowd roar for the Berry defence here at ANZ Stadium in the boot part 2.
That's all right, but the Storm again have got control of the ball, HG, but they've sent a very, very, very simple message to the Berries, and that is that at this stage we're just a little bit scared of your defence and we're yellow. Even though we've got 4 points on the board.
It's a complex message, isn't it?
It's a complex message.
What is the message again? We're a bit scared of your defence and you're yellow.
And we're yellow. We're yellow. They're saying they're yellow.
Yeah, that's right. Here it comes now. And this is Lowry with the ball knocked over, I think, on the halfway line. Fifth tackle here, so they're going to have to do something here, like kick. And it's... that's
not a bad kick either.
Good kick. This is... Finnecane, is it with the ball? Right or right?
Right, I think, HG, yeah, right. Very safe under the high ball is right.
Now it gets played back onto Morris. Morris tries to find a way through, can't, gets knocked over on the number 4. So they made 40 metres. They're going okay here. Back to the Snow Bunny. Snow
Bunnies are willing.
Yeah, they're very willing. Keen workers, good passes the ball, and they're used to playing at the highest level. Now it's on to Eastwood, the lock, getting involved, has his head taken off now. Well,
no, they're not letting the big Canterbury Forwards get the ball away, actually.
And the crowd, quite rightly, wanted a penalty. Snow Bunny almost onto Snow Bunny there. Away goes round to Ben Barber. Here it is, goes wide. There's an intercept and a knock-on. A knock-on, though, on the intercept.
He stopped to try.
He certainly did.
He stopped to try, that's for sure.
Well,
wow, we've seen 2 intercept stop tries today, HG.
And one early from the Dogs.
From the Dogs and one from the Berries.
Yes, watching us almost Snow Bunny to Snow Bunny.
Yeah.
Now that's your decoy runner there.
Decoy runner, yes.
Here
you got 3-on-1. He had no option.
He had to do it, yeah.
No option. That's brilliant play on behalf of, was it Waka?
It was Waka.
Yeah. No, Waka's done well there. He gets a pat on the back from his teammates.
Has had a little bit of claret round the ear.
It is claret, HG, and very attractive mouthguard he's wearing.
He's terrific.
Those purple mouthguards
in club
look
colours,
good.
terrific. Here we go, the restart, the scrum. Oh, that was an odd thing. I think it was kicked through. Snow Bunny now with the ball, knocked over, and on the 30-metre line, roughly on the 30-metre line.
Forward pass from Ennis there for mine.
On to East with very flat passes. On to Morris, he could have taken the run around the outside, decides to take the tackle on the 20-metre line now. Deep in Storm territory. Now they amble up to take the next tackle. This is the 3rd tackle now. Now here's trouble here. They've got to get off him. Consistency, please, if you don't mind, referee. Snow Bunny involved here. Back it goes. Took almost high there. Snow Bunny onto his feet. Plays the ball, looking for a penalty. Goes the other way. Out wide. Keating with the ball now. Keating slips over.
Surrender tackle. That should be penalised. I hate that.
Surrender tackle. Hate
that. Honestly, they think there's a chick out on the left-hand side, HG.
Eastwood, I think, put the kick up. Inu goes high. It's taken in the goal area, but run back out. Restart from the 20.
Yep. Well, they diffused that very easily, the Storm, didn't they? Far too easy.
And, of course, it looks like O'Neill with the ball now, running it back onto the ABC News radio signage. Back it comes to Cronk. Oh, hang on, Cooper Cronk. Yes, the haircut truck's been round to see him. And a beautiful 30s look. He's almost forward pass there. I think the murmur in the crowd suggested I was correct in the call there. Lowry, bit of a change here. Looks like Ryan Hinchcliffe coming on.
Well, people want to see Hinchcliffe come on, HG.
There, Hinchcliffe, a lot of Hinchcliffe freaks here.
Well, there are mainly Hinchcliffe freaks on both sides. You know, your Berries love Hinchcliffe.
Oh, big cheer when it comes
looked like a little knock-on for mine. It was a knock-on, and what a disappointing thing to happen.
Well, that's where it goes all pear-shaped for Widdop.
Gareth Widdop. I mean, with a name like Widdop, you've got to expect a mistake every now and again.
Where does the name Widdop come from?
To begin with, sorry?
Where does the name Widdop come from? What's its origin?
Its etymology, it means mistake.
Does it?
I was a mistake. The original Widdop in the old days.
And where's the Widdop family, would it be Scottish?
Family?
Yeah, the mistake family. Would it be Scottish?
I think so, yes.
It's a game of millimetres. Yeah. There's Widdop, the mistake. But let's face it, he's an English player.
Yeah.
Unused to Australian conditions.
Yeah, he's never played here before, HG. No.
And the Berries. Knock on. Turnover.
That's a turnover, HG. You cannot do that at this level in the grand final.
Well, that's Perrott too. He's been very good for him in the final series. Inu, they almost lift him over the horizontal. In fact, they do lift him over the horizontal, but he's able to regain his footing.
Dane Nielsen, HG.
Dane Nielsen, yes, true. Part of the what I'd call the Scandinavian connection.
Yeah.
This game.
With, did Curtin Dane Sorensen?
Curtin Dane Sorensen all those years ago played for the Cronulla Sharks.
Suriname too, of course.
Now Hinchcliffe gets a run up. Listen to that roar when Hinchcliffe touches the ball.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. We've played 22 minutes, so the half is over. It's still 4-0 in the most dramatic final so far. Plenty of pace, plenty of speed, plenty of tactics, Roy.
Plenty of tactics, that's right, HG. Now, what a fascinating thing this is now with the Storm. Fascinating here. This is where we're going to see something unusual, I think, in attack, actually. If they've got something unusual, this is where we're going to see it.
Away goes now to Cronk. Cronk decides to just put it to the air. Through they come. It's knocked down, and it's regathered.
6 more.
Is it what he's
6
more.
more.
Oh, they've got to hold him here. Remember, the goal line defence of the Berries is the best in the comp, so they're used to being camped around here. Oh, terrible pass.
That's all right. Bring it out wide.
And Widdop with the ball now. Remember,
Almost
he's the
a
mistake.
shepherd.
He goes one way and then the other way. They can't find a way through there, but I still think that, Craig Bellamy, the man from Portland, may have a trick or two up his sleeve yet. Oh, he goes to Smith. Smith with a bit of run. See, I think they should be running from further out, but that's just me. Hinchcliffe, wrestled over. Can he get it down? It's held up. It's got to be held up, surely.
Is that going to go upstairs, or is he held up, or are we going to have
a restart from the 10 metre?
Okay, from the 10 metre, okay. Which I think the Storm will enjoy because they like having a little bit more space.
They do. Good refereeing there, solid refereeing from the Bamford. That's Todd Bamford.
Well called, HG. You saw it absolutely perfectly.
And now here they come with a bit more depth, so the Berries' defence has to come right up in. And it's almost a cut-out pass there. It was a cut-out pass. And now, of course, here's Snow Bunny chasing. Let's see Justin O'Neill. Justin O'Neill going across onto the ABC News radio signage. Knocked over by a Snow Bunny and an Eastwood. Clint. Let's call him Clint just for the sake of the argument.
This is dangerous, actually. Barber read it beautifully.
He's got back on his feet. Mate's 5 metres in. Score. 23 minutes gone. Bulldogs 0, Storm 4. Berries with the ball. Sorry about that.
Well, that's another victory for the Berries, HG. They just cannot break this wall of defence.
And look at this. It's got to be a penalty. Thank you, Bamford.
But if you're going to give away a penalty, actually, this is a good area that the park can do it.
Yeah.
Unless 10 metres out from your own goal line. Perfect.
And so Keating with the ball, as he found, obviously
Wasn't
kicked
that professionally kicked out, actually?
Beautiful
Touch.
And if that's all he does, you could say he's had a great day at the office.
He's had a terrific day at the office.
Here's Inu running it up. Inu's played with, a lot of clubs, but he's found his home when he came to the Berries.
Yep. Born a Berry, they say.
Born to be a Berry.
Yep.
I tell you what, that'd be a great song, wouldn't it? I was born to be a Berry.
Yeah, or that could be his autobiography, HG,
when he writes
career,
it.
Yep.
I was a warrior, didn't feel right.
Yep, born to be a Berry.
And Bulldogs with the ball. A lot of standing around here at the moment without much
Well, they've got no shape, what I'd call shape. That's Stag involved. Stag. Now, when Stag's on the park, HG...
His shape disappears.
Now, that's a shepherd. Pritchard there went behind one of his own colleagues.
That's one of Des's tricks, though, isn't it?
It is.
This close in shepherd. It comes to the grub, onto a Snow Bunny. Snow Bunny looking wider. I think this might be the other grub. Grub 2.
This is Grub 2.
Josh Reynolds, he ducked under one.
Well
That's
done,
beautiful.
Grub 2.
That's great
work.
grub work there. Grubbing his way forward. Now they're inside the 20. Inside the Storm 20.
Side.
There it goes. Here's a runner.
Oh, yeah.
He's got it. He's got it.
I think he's got it.
I think he's got it. Slater made look like it.
Yeah.
It's on. Oh, yes, this is more like rugby league.
Stag involved. Stag.
Stag's
involved.
Hey, there's obviously something going on here. Bamford's involved. Here comes
Storm.
Oh, no. Yes, listen to the crowd.
This is rugby league. This is what we love.
The Berries.
Come on, boys. One in, all in. Pritchard involved. Barbar's getting involved. Crowd's getting involved.
It's
200 people have leapt out, all dressed as Berries, throwing punches. HG,
where's this come from? Where has this come from?
This came from a Canterbury try.
I know.
That's where it came from. It came from Canterbury defence down the other end. You put on 40 tackles not being able to score a try. And frustration's going to boil over.
I tell you what, in replay, I bet you see Perrott being crossed with Slater.
Yes.
Remember the try the other week?
I do. And at the inset, to begin with, HG, a grub was involved.
Grub to grub?
Grub to grub.
A berry grub. Now, they've got to sort all this out.
Yeah.
Now, here's trouble here.
Now, we've got to see a try. That's the first thing. Let's see if the players are on side. That's the first thing, before we get to the stink. Now, can we just settle down a little bit?
Wow. Listen to the crowd. This has brought this crowd right into it.
Oh, yes.
And I think...
I tell you what, a try is going to bring the Berries into it, too.
The Berries will be square. Now, look, here's Bamford.
Tony
Bamford's got a job here. He's got so much to adjudicate. And I think
you're going to have to check the grounding, actually. It's the grounding that I'm concerned.
And who's upstairs? Margaret Pomerantz.
And David Strapp.
Now, while they go upstairs, isn't that, as we watch him play, let's have a look here. It's Inu. You know Inu's going to be doing something.
Yeah.
It looks as though it's going to be diffused easily because Slater's running across from the top of the screen.
Yeah, Perrott's on side. There's no
problem with that. I haven't got a problem with that at all.
I've got a problem with it so far.
Oh, there.
Now, Billy didn't go for the ball.
He just kicks him in the head.
Kick him in the head. Now,
he doesn't try to even go for the ball at all now. That's a try.
I'm not worried about the grounding. I'm worried about what Billy was trying to do with his knees. And I think that's what Perrott has taken umbrage at.
Perrott's very cross.
And let's face it, Billy has a bit of grub about him and a bit of past when it comes to using the feet.
And Inu's promoting himself to grub number 3.
Yes.
He's really got involved there.
Yes,
and then, of course, the...
Stag's involved.
Stag's involved. No surprises there, but Stag's involved. Inu goes on with it, being a grub. Yeah. And other grubs come from all over.
Every half-assed grub gets involved.
They're a team of grubs, these Berries. And Snow Bunny there. Let's have a look at this again. Perrott, I've got no problems here. Now, beautiful take.
I think this could be a...
The crowd has really turned against the Storm here, haven't they? And Inu doesn't like it at all.
Yeah.
Grub number 3, Billy Slater wants to go on with it. Hasn't got the stature of any grub action at all.
No.
A grubless player.
Yes.
Stagg, of course, does something good for a change.
Yeah.
Inu goes on with it, taking out the big forward there for the Storm. I'm not quite sure.
Stagg saw himself as the sheriff.
Yeah, Stagg saw himself as the sheriff.
Yeah.
Sheriff of nothing.
Sheriff of nothing.
Yeah, beat
Sheriff
us,
of Berry Bird.
And a beautiful bit of a spit. Inu, seen it all before.
Yeah.
Very cool, calm and collected. Let's have a look what happens here.
Now, are we deciding that Slater did nothing wrong? Or was an offence going in with his knees in a way that could have been very dangerous? And has the try been awarded? I mean, these are the questions that I want to know.
So many questions.
Has the try been awarded?
As we watch in replay again. I tell you what, David and Margaret will be loving this, and if you haven't
Yes.
seen their show at the movies, for God's
Yes.
sake, do yourself a favour
Yes.
and have a look at it. It's just tremendous.
It is tremendous.
I think it's Wednesday night, 10
Wednesday,
o'clock.
the
They
movie-
talk about rugby league,
The movie show.
the movie show.
Rugby league films, are they? That's great. It's a special, is it?
It's a special this week on rugby league and its influence on cinema.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Good.
You know, could have Hitchcock been a halfback? You know, that sort of
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and there's a throw there.
Oh,
Now this one here, the 6.
That's Reynolds.
That's Reynolds. That's Grub Reynolds.
That's pure grub work from Reynolds. There was grub work from Inu, who overreacted.
Well, I thought Inu grubbed off a bit too much.
Yeah.
No, but that's just me, you know. I mean, he's a berry. He's got grub on his side. Listen
Has
to the
anyone
crowd.
been called out here?
Oh, it's trouble, I think.
Now, this is going to be a real game turner, HG, because, let's face it, Storm have had all the ball, all the attack, and could not get over the line.
Great try, though. It's got to be a try.
It's going to be a try. There's no doubt.
Yes, there it is. So the score. Listen to the crowd. Berry madness here, Roy.
Yep. Okay, 4-all in the 26th minute with a kick to come, and I think we have not heard yet as to whether there's going to be a questioning of Billy Slater's involvement in that try, and whether it should be an 8-point try.
Well, they don't often go to an 8-point try, do
No,
they?
they don't. No, they don't.
And the one the other night.
If there is a dangerous infringement in scoring a try, an 8-point try will be awarded.
Now, Perrott, would you say that he...
Here we go. Now let's see what's going on now. Grub's involved.
Yeah, Grub won.
Grub won. Naturally enough. I mean,
And here's a Snow Bunny. And the Snow Bunny, I think, is...
Yeah, well, I don't know what the Snow Bunny's doing there. Well, the Snow Bunny obviously went off in the stink.
Yeah. And he's... Now, this Bamford's talking...
You've just got to shut up. That's what he's telling him. You've just got to shut up.
Oh, he's picking somebody out here.
Now, there's a biting allegation, actually.
A biting allegation.
Someone was bitten. Now, I don't know if Billy was bitten. I don't know if Billy bit someone.
Oh, the ear. He's talking about being bitten on the ear. The Phantom Biter's back.
Well, the Phantom Biter used to play with St George many, many years ago. Now, if Billy's been bitten on the ear, I don't like that. I don't think anyone wants to see biting back in rugby league. Well, let's face it, there is a small, hardcore group of biting, loving freaks who want to see the bite back, but many of us don't.
Now, who's he claiming put the bite on? Is he claiming? Let's have a look here.
Let's have a look for any teeth.
Here. Oh, yeah.
There's the bite.
Oh, Perrott.
Perrott is the biter.
No, hang on. I've got the wrong. I don't mean that right.
It's one of the Snow Bunnies.
Sorry. Perrott got the try. Snow Bunny.
Snow Bunny.
Now, can I just say that he's an English...
He's an English merchant. He's an English biting merchant now, HG.
Is he Graham?
Now, was it Graham?
Or was it
Tolman?
Graham or Tolman? But here's the kick.
But that was definite biting. We saw it. You saw it.
I saw it.
I saw it.
Are you prepared to go to a probe this week?
I will go to a probe. I'm prepared to go to court and argue that I saw an English Snow Bunny on the bite on Billy Slater's ear.
Wow, there's amazing. Exploded.
Are you telling me there's going to be nothing done about this?
Well, it appears that way. We'll wait and see after the kick. I think he was furious that the Billy Slater's unprovoked attack on Perrott after he scored the try was enough. There's the grin.
There's the grin, but I think it was the bite that brought the badness out in Billy, and fair enough.
There's the kick. Can he bring it around? No, he
he's not
can't.
bringing it. Yeah, he has.
No, wiped away.
Phew.
So the score on the boot part 2, the Perrott try, unconverted by Inu. And so the score remains, well, it moves on to 4 apiece.
Yeah.
And we're up to about the 26th minute of the first half.
But this could explode. This is going to explode, this actually. We're going to see this in replay now.
There's
Now,
the
let's
kick.
see when the biting takes place in the context of the try. Now, nothing wrong there.
No.
Now, suddenly, in comes Tolman. Here he is.
Here he is. Have a
Here
look
he is.
now.
And there's
There's
the bite.
right
There's
there.
the bite right there.
I'd love to see that in slow motion.
So would everyone would.
Especially those hardcore bite freaks.
Biting freaks.
Well, the Berries have turned it on here this afternoon.
But I'll tell you what, this biting could backfire because the Storm are going to get fired up.
Hasn't this lived up to the big raps on Berries v Storm matches of previous years?
Yes.
So we're underway again with obviously the Berries running the ball back. Looks like Pritchard on a big bursting run there as they come up to, I think, about the 30-metre and lying in the tackles. He's got to blow this up, otherwise he's going to lose control. The Bamfords will lose control.
Now, here's
the biting Berry.
There's the biting Berry. Tolman, the biter.
And here's the other Snow Bunny, Graham with the ball now.
Yeah, he's
Graham.
probably equally culpable at biting.
While he's just out there and looking like a berry or a biting
He's
berry.
looking for something to have a nip of.
There's Grub number 2 getting the ball away. Good defence there. Right down now. The Storm running it back over the 20, over the 30 or up over the 30 and taking about 35
But it is
metres.
off-putting, actually. You don't really want to run the ball up when you know you're going to get your ear bitten.
It's inside, isn't it? He must be on the edge. On the edge.
Well, maybe he's hungry.
No, true.
That's
He
the
forgot
other
to
thing
load
you
up with
forget.
protein. I think this is Hinchcliffe with the... Sorry, this is Hoffman with the ball.
Or maybe it's just an instinct thing. I mean, when your mouth's near meat, you just bite it.
And here we got Jamin Lowe. Now, what a great story this was. He was going to be a Wagga Kangaroo.
That's right, he was.
Captain coach. And now he finds himself in the grand final.
I know,
Here's Cam Smith trying to do something there, nailed by a couple of berries.
Yeah. Almost created something out of nothing.
The biting berries. Is that how you see them,
Yeah,
Roy?
that's what I said, HG. Yep.
High
A
kick.
blueberry with feet and a big mouth.
Now, it's almost knocked back into the field of play there. The berries make their way back in. That's right.
Intense defence here from the Storm.
Here's Morris escaping and he's knocked the
lost
ball
it.
on. He's knocked the ball
It
on.
wasn't raked, he just lost it. Dropped it cold. He's claimed it was raked. It wasn't raked. It wasn't raked.
There's the face of
It
rugby.
gets not that cold.
Yes, read about it in the papers
Yeah.
tomorrow. There's a beautiful column, I think, being done by Richard Hines in the
Yes.
Sydney Morning Herald.
On how he dropped the ball.
Correct. How to drop the ball.
Yeah.
Here he comes now. Look, it's
Yeah, well,
just
let's
there.
have a look at this. Was there raking involved? No,
No.
he just dropped the bloody ball.
He gets away from there and it's tapped out
well,
there.
it was punched out.
Yeah.
But it's up to him to bloody hold on to it, isn't it?
It doesn't, what would I say, ruin the thesis of the article.
No, it doesn't. And
All right.
pictures do. Let's face it, we're not good at reading two-dimensional images.
We're not. We rely on Margaret and David upstairs to do
Yes,
that.
they said that he dropped it cold.
Great little show that at the movies. Out it
It
goes
is.
wide, and he's got it on to Billy Slater, the man with the bitten ear, knocked over by a couple of berries, and they're about 10 metres out the Storm. They're mounting an attack here. Back it comes, looking for a bit more space, as tipped. Now, this is the Todd Lowry, I think, with the ball. Right
Now,
inside the
Storm
10.
have got to do something here, actually. They've had too much ball, and they've got too few points on
30 minutes played, and they're using the Hoffman option quite a lot here at this particular moment. They're trying to get him down in a wrestling charge, a bit of Osotogari for those who know their judo. Away it goes now, out of Billy Slater. They're making good moves there. Too easy to pick him off, though.
Yeah, they're reading that
Great
play.
defence. They're reading that play. That third pass along the line
Yeah,
there.
they're reading the two-man play coming from the Storm at this stage. It's too easy.
They're trying to get the ball back on the inside, but they can't off that. So
Yeah.
here we go again, and we've got Proctor is with the ball.
Yeah,
he's taken he got an offload.
One of the few.
On to Lowry. Lowry standing around looking for something to do. Knocked over by Snow Bunny, is it?
Yep.
And Morris.
And Morris. I've never seen the Storm look so confused in attack, HG.
Here's the kick, Cronk.
Yeah,
Big
it's
kick
not a
over,
bad kick. It's
over the
not
far
a bad
side.
kick.
Stays in the field of play.
Oh, no, here we go.
Here's
It's
Grub 2. Grub 2 with the ball.
great
Knocked over.
defence.
And he's lost the ball. He's lost the ball. The Berries lose the ball just when they had it.
Yeah, come on, Grub's go. You know, it's going to be a penalty against Ennis here for flopping on the man and second man in. And this
it's
could
been
blow
like-
up a little bit, HG.
yeah,
now,
well-
it's Grub Ennis who's responsible here, but that was a beautiful bit of defence. That was a beautiful tackle on Grub 2. Whoever was responsible for that.
It almost got away from
I've got
Grub
a
2.
feeling it was Jonathan. I've got a feeling it was Justin O'Neill who made that tackle.
Let's have a look here. Beautiful take there from Grub 2, mate. Up over the 20, then the 30.
No.
Beautiful tackle there. Loses the ball cold in the tackle.
It's Hoffman, HG. It's
Hoffman, God, he's had a wonderful,
Great.
wonderful
Man of the match
final.
so far.
Yeah, he's the Churchill medalist.
Yeah, no, it's actually Gareth Widdop.
Woodop, hadn't he had a great
Widdop.
well,
Well, an up and down game. I mean, he
True.
did drop it, he did.
he dropping and then he's knocked
Yeah,
it over. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
bit of everything. On to Keating. Keating now with the ball running it over the. I think they're over about the 30 here.
Yeah, about 30 metres out.
And of course, I've got the wrong player there. It's Hinchcliffe with the ball. Somehow it's
People love seeing Hinchcliffe out
with
here.
the ball. Yes, that's right. And he's knocked over Jamin Lowe there with the ball.
Now.
But did he lose that in the tackle? No.
No.
And Storm now 3 tackles into it. They
Oh,
get it
that's
away.
it.
Slater going one way. There's a try.
That's it. A
There's a
beautiful
try.
one, Joe. I mean, they will go upstairs, have a look at the grounding, HG. I'm pretty confident it was okay. I think Margaret and David will see it the way I saw it. But beautiful work too.
You know, upstairs, have they got a lounge and everything and a big television that they watch?
They do.
And so it's pretty
Now,
useful.
let's have a look at this grounding, HG.
Here
Now,
we go.
Did he lose?
It's
He's been
tapped
knocked-
away.
Tapped away, no.
That's perfect.
There's contact between the ball and the hand all the way to the ground.
And it's always Snow Bunny on Snow Bunny there.
Yeah,
the
it was
defensive
actually.
side.
It was. But the Storm will be mightily relieved. Question is here, would Cam Smith take
The extras.
take the extras?
He'd have to.
Yeah.
32nd minute there.
I mean, it is right in front. I suppose for Cam's confidence, he'll have to take it.
He will. Now,
But you'd imagine, really, the amount of possession they have, they should be 20 points in front.
and very unlucky indeed, very unlucky there for the Berries because that if they'd only bothered to take that collapse of the attack a little bit more patiently, they would have kept the ball,
They would
retained
have
the
kept
possession.
the ball, and I mean, you can see the knock-on effects here, actually. How costly was that flop by Grub airless that Cosby did?
Ennis.
That cost them the penalty.
I know.
How?
It's a game of millimetres, really, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's often said it's a game played for stupid people, and we have seen some stupid things happen out here today, especially from Grub Ennis.
Give me that opening again. It's a game played.
It's often been called a game for stupid people, but I don't call it.
No, I know.
No.
You wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
And Cam Smith comes in, kicks, he's got it.
God.
So the score moves along to 4 to the Berries, 10 to the Storm.
ABC News Radio. Festival of the Boot. Part 2.
Brilliant little short ball there that gets Billy Slater away. Bad defence from Barber, who didn't read it at all well. And we got the restart here. Great try there, and comes in the area where the Berries are meant to be strong, i.e. 10 metres of their line.
That's it, actually, yeah. And they knew what was going to happen. They read it beautifully. Just that the momentum was such with the Storm.
Okay, I think the Storm hadn't been sitting deep enough, but on that occasion
you did make that observation before, actually. Yeah, they were hitting the ball at pace there.
Storm on the 20 now, moving it up to the 30. A Snow Bunny involved.
A lot of muscle going into the Berry defence here too, actually. They're trying to hurt at the moment. They're really trying to hurt.
Yeah, they're really trying to bang them over, turtle them, and put them on their backs.
Yeah.
And Snow Bunny, no surprise there to see a Snow Bunny involved.
Well, is that the biting bunny?
That's not the biting bunny. No, the biting bunny might be having a break.
The biter's brother.
Well, to shut the teeth.
Yeah.
Just a little thing. Perrott with the ball now. Try scorer for the Berries. He's sandwiched between Storm, one beneath and one above. I love it. Barber in a dummy half. A player not looking at what's going on there. And who's this Ennis with the ball?
They're sort of getting into each other's way at the moment. There might have been Eastwood actually with the ball out there. Yeah.
And away it comes now, and they're going to have to do something here because a lot of effort going into tackles on both sides.
Yeah.
With half time, 6 minutes away. No, big mistake. Keating.
It's unfolding.
Keating, yes, they're not concentrating.
No, their heads aren't there actually at the moment. They're panicking. The Berries are panicking.
And they're
not being able to get the ball away, actually. They're desperate to get for these big men to get a second phase play happening. It hasn't happened at all.
Is this Fayoso out there, Roy?
I don't know if Fayoso's there yet, actually. Well picked up there. Is this Slater involved? Yeah.
Slater, who's had his ear bitten off already, and he's taken by a Berry and a hooker, I think, there. Grub and Snow Bunny. Berry. And, of course, now it comes away from the card table side, and it looks as though Justin O'Neill's got the ball and on the run.
Justin O'Neill.
They're over the 30.
Yeah, Billy's played well. I mean, he has been knocked about a bit today, Billy Slater.
And now, let's see, Sikamanu with the ball now. He might be on into Fayoso, not out there.
Compromising player, Sikamanu, isn't he?
Yes, I think they brought him off the bench too today. Onto the Snow Bunny. Away goes.
Pass.
Yes, that's excellent work there.
The Storm are moving the ball with a lot more freedom and creativity than the Berries.
They're on the halfway. They're coming into Berry territory now.
Smith's done well.
Storm knocked over by a bunny and a lock, I think.
Biter.
A biting bunny, or biting Berry, and now there's a big clearance there,
Barber. Here for Barber. They'll take him back. Oh, great defence. Oh, no, he's got the ball away.
Wow.
Oh, that's so dangerous. That's madness.
Well, it didn't help their cause.
The Berries have gone mad. They've lost touch with reason.
But it's a restart from the goal line dropout.
Yes. Now, it's been... now, we do have official confirmation here, actually, that Graham is the biter.
Right, Graham here. James Graham. I think one of the Snow Bunnies.
He's a Snow Bunny, yes. James Graham is the biter.
And the lady just ran it out then is Justin O'Neill. No, hang on. Is Justin Wright who got it. And Ennis barking out. Grub number 1 barking the instructions. Azinu comes in and restarts play from a goal line dropout. Yep. A very good kick right up onto the 50. Onto Slater. Slater turns and looks at what's ahead of him, and it's all Berry madness.
Yeah, Slater's playing well for a man with no
hearing.
Yeah, no hearing in one ear. Yeah.
On it goes the Storm, jink their way towards the 30. A little kick off there. Dane Nielsen playing very well today. 4 minutes to half-time. Score, if you've just joined us, Storm 10, Berries 4. And it's going away on the far side, and there's plenty of lateral movement there again all of a sudden.
That's right. Slater on the run around, just hoping one of these big men can get the ball away.
So there's Keating and Morris involved in the far side. Storm now with the play the ball. Away it comes now, and they're still working hard on this side with Hoffman. They think Hoffman's got something to offer, but beautifully defused there by Biting Snow Bunny. A beautiful pick up. Smith has got it short and beautifully taken down there by the 17 who's come on, who looks like it might be David Stagg, who created a stink earlier in very Stagg-like fashion. On to Cronk. Cronk put a little chip in. Beautiful take by Inu. Inu, that was fantastic. The ball's in the field of play. Got his cool Inu, isn't he?
He is, isn't he? He seems to have more time than most players, doesn't he?
No, he's the Mark Moore of rugby league.
That's beautifully put, HG.
He's a great example for young kids. Get your orange boots on and then just be cool. Throw the ball in a tackle and you'll find somebody on the end of it. That's the Inu style.
Yeah,
that's a great little run.
Grub 2 bringing it up, HG.
Now we're up to the third take. The Storm like bottling you up here. Snow Bunny on right. Snow Bunny got away back and pass, but he went the wrong way, but he knocked it on.
Yeah,
it's going to be a scrum set down, and I think it's going to be a Berry feed.
I think it should be a Storm feed, actually. It was a knock on both ways, I think, and the initial knock on came from the Berries, I think. But that's the sort of play the Berries have been looking for. A big man offloading the ball at pace with having drawn a couple of tacklers to him. They haven't been able to do that.
Here's the pass now.
Here's the pass. Here's
Berry.
knock on.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And then it goes the other way. Okay,
Barber knocked on.
Not good.
Yeah, no, Barber's knocked
Berry,
on a couple
course.
of times, yeah.
Score 10-4 Storm. Berries, well, obviously 4, and we've got 2 minutes to go in the half.
Now, HG, at half-time, the Black Hawk helicopter that everyone loves at Stadium.
Yes,
Australia,
is that coming?
Associated with rugby league. He's going to deliver the 8th Immortal at half-time.
Wow, that's great. As the Storm go ahead and they're up to the 20
Very
already.
dangerous in the last 3 minutes, the Storm with the ball, HG.
Here's the Storm with the ball. They've got Charles Sikamanu, I think, running now. Sikamanu knocked over on the 10.
Trying to get that ball away. Has no opportunity.
No opportunity at all. Sikamanu looking for runners to join him on the advantage line here. Back it goes. And away it goes to 23, is that right? No, 13.
Can't be right. Yeah, Josh Jackson, is it? No,
Todd Lowry.
Sorry, Todd Lowry.
And now and here, set deep, Cam Smith with the ball, looking for runners.
Here it goes. Billy Slater.
Beautiful pass.
Oh, that's it, that's a try. That's beautiful. Just check he's onside. Just the ground, nothing wrong with the grounding. I'm happy with the grounding.
Yeah. Will they go upstairs?
Just to see if he's onside, HG, but that's a beautifully worked move.
O'Neill, it looked as though he was going to pass it, but then of course he kicked, and O'Neill was Johnny on the spot in the corner.
On the spot. Yeah, that's a beautiful try. And this scoreline now more represents the expression of the amount of possession they've had.
They've had all the possession.
Replay, HG. I don't think there's anything wrong with the onside. No, he's onside, just onside. That Barber has been found wanting here.
He has. In the first half, he's an absolute
He's been a liability.
He's been a liability.
And you just have to say, out of his depth in this circumstance.
Out of his depth at this level.
At this depth.
Yes, very hard. That's a great attacking move on the ball.
Oh, that's
beautifully taken. That's a wonderful try there from O'Neill.
Yeah. Now, if Smith can convert this will give him enormous confidence, and it'll be a lot more confident in the dressing room, knowing that they've got someone who can kick goals. Now the Storm have had the ball 22 times, HG, for 21 completions. That's pretty impressive.
That's very impressive.
And I think the Berries have had the ball 4 times for 1 completion.
Right, gee. But they've got the bite.
Yeah, I bet
they can go to half-time with the bite. The Berries have got the bite.
It.
The Snow Bunny bit the Slater. That was the best you could hope for. That was the highlight of their first half, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, they can live off that highlight for quite a while.
And so Cam Smith converting with a score at 4:14. The half-time hooter has been sounded, and Cameron Smith has missed both his shots or his attempted conversion.
Kicking out to the right, HG. He's going to have to sort of make a minor adjustment here and set the...
But this is his wrong side, really, isn't it?
It is his wrong side.
Yeah. This is where he's naturally wants to kick it.
Already that ball looks to me as if it's going far too much to the right.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that, HG?
I'm seeing that. I'm certainly seeing that.
That's there's something wrong with his internal field light.
There is. I think Bamford in the background, bring it, should encourage him. Bring it round a bit, buddy. And here he is, a picture of concentration. It's incredible, isn't it? Rugby league, they say it's a game for stupid people.
But it's not.
It certainly isn't.
Certainly not.
It's a player. No. I mean, this bloke could run the country, couldn't he?
Well, I don't think he does have ambitions in that way.
There's the kick.
Out to the right.
Oh.
Exactly as we called it.
So he's disappointed he hasn't got a conversion. And so at half-time, as they go to the sheds, we have had an explosive first half. Ryan Hoffman got the first try, took the score to 4-0 in about the 9th minute, was unconverted by Cam Smith. Then a penalty, almost right in front that Cam Smith missed at about the 16-minute mark. It was 4-0. Then Perrott scored a try off some great build-up work from Grub 1 and Grub 2. And then Inu put his hand up and said, I'll be Grub 3. Perrott went in. Then all hell broke loose at the 22nd minute. That was 4-all. The conversion was missed by Inu. And then we've just had another try, 2 tries from the Storm in the latter part, neither of which have been converted. And so that takes the score to 4-14. The Boot Part 2 half-time news update here on ABC News Radio.
Festival of the Boot.
This is arguably the biggest hole on the planet. It's the Rugby League Grand Final, live across Australia on ABC News Radio.
Yeah. ABC News Radio.
Scott Tronk, Choppy Close, Craig, Tugger, Coleman, Ziggy, Niscott, Peter Tunks and Jeff Gerard. Great rugby league names, but rarely mentioned on ABC News Radio.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome back to Stadium Australia, and this wonderful match is so beautifully poised here. The berries, of course, in the sheds at the moment. We can see them. We can see the biter. There's a little bit of blood dripping off that molar where he got the big grip on Billy Slater's ear in the first half. The Storm look absolutely shell-shocked, don't they, Roy? They look as though they're almost spent.
They look like as if they've had a game of rugby league, and they haven't. They've only had half a game of rugby league. Yeah. Well, look at Chook. These are immortals, actually. Look at Bozo. We're looking at the immortals here, actually. Chang. Ah, Chang, the memories.
And here's Wally.
King Wally.
People say he was the greatest immortal.
Big Artie.
Yeah, Big Artie, another immortal.
Yeah.
And, of course, today...
Yeah, here they are, actually. Look at these immortals. Look at them. Look at Chang. Third from the left. Right, I should say.
And, fantastic atmosphere.
And the man in the bowler hat, actually, he still has charm, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah. And look, I just think here comes...
Here comes the eighth immortal.
The eighth immortal.
Yeah.
Have you any idea who it's going to be?
No.
Do you think it could be Scott Trump?
Early in Scott's career, HG, but look, they're letting us know. They're letting us know it's Joey. But how must Mal Meningan?
He'd be gutted.
He'd be gutted.
You know, to think that this clown from, let's face it, a mining area, Cessnock, has got to be in immortal status before him. Now, but let's not forget, Joey spent 3 years of his life underground before he emerged fully immortal.
That's true, actually, yes. Those great mines in Newcastle will take you out under the ocean.
They're wonderful, aren't they? Is it weird being out there?
It is. You go down to Wall's End, you go down about 2 kilometres, and then you go 12 kilometres out to sea.
Yes.
And that's an extraordinary experience, actually.
A rugby league experience?
It is. You feel so lonely, especially if you're by yourself without a light.
Yes. And if you find a lump of coal, can you get a game of rugby league going just off the wall?
Just kick off the wall. Yeah. Not that you can see much, but here he comes actually. And how must he feel? You know, it's not every day you're told that you're an immortal.
No. No.
It's like it's like the keys to life, isn't it? It's the gold key to life.
Can I probe you on the immortal concept?
Yes.
Thank goodness these kids are wearing earmuffs.
Yes, here he is.
Because adults' hearing is just not worth protecting. And so out he goes. Now, the immortal concept, do you think it works?
Well, it looks a little bit silly, doesn't it, having an immortal come out of a helicopter with his clothes being blown about, and a yellow thing stuck in his ear because he's deaf, worried about getting his head taken off by a chopper blade. But apart from that, it's a pretty interesting way of delivering someone, isn't it? It's better than having... I'd have had him coming out of the ground like out of a mine, wearing a miner's helmet in the middle of the ground. That would have been lovely, wouldn't it? All of a sudden, it just opens up and out he comes.
Look, can I just say, I wanted to expect something more from an immortal. I'd like him to be hovering above the ground. You know, and maybe, a rolled up newspaper at his back door ablaze.
Yeah.
I mean, simple things, rugby league things.
Sure.
Rugby league things. I mean, I don't want much.
But I love seeing about blokes' pants being blown about like that. That doesn't look good, doesn't it?
It does. Now, he wouldn't feel a half an idiot, would he?
No. Is he going to join the other immortals up on the dais, HG?
And would he get a run in the second half?
Wouldn't you love to see Joey come out? Now, he's being instructed to come over, to move over now. Now, you've had enough time in the sun.
Right. Oh, look at this.
Come over and join the immortals.
And are these all the flags of the clubs or just his clubs?
Is this, what would you call this? An honour guard.
An honour guard.
An honour guard and a red carpet.
Right.
Should it be a carpet of beaten gold? Like gold with airy thickness, beaten, thank you very much, Keats.
Right, and what do the flags represent, though, Roy?
All the clubs.
Yeah, fair enough. All the clubs.
All the clubs of life, really, HG.
Clubs of life, yes. And those kids.
And look, there's people just eating their nuts.
Fantastic to see the general response to the eighth immortal.
Yeah.
Now, will this become part of rugby league every year?
It'll have to be. But HG, I don't think I've ever seen 8 immortals together.
No.
Have you?
No. Who's this immortal here?
I don't know. Is he an immortal?
The next one to Chook. I can see Bozo.
Yeah, Bozo.
And there's one in the middle there, and then there's Chook, and then there's Chang, then there's the King.
They might be representing the mortals who've left us, the immortals who weren't as immortal as they might have otherwise been had they been totally immortal and never died. Of course, the immortals do die. So maybe we've got to look at immortals in a different way. Rugby league immortals, open brackets, but they do die. Close brackets.
That one represents. Now,
do
you know what?
Clive Churchill, he'd have been representing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That may well be.
With us.
No, he might be.
Might be son, could be cousin.
You know, and would they represent immortals who can't be here today, like let's say the nudist Jeff Gerard?
Well, had he been an immortal, he'd have sent along something to represent him.
Yes.
You know, like I don't know, a pineapple or a.
Yes, fair enough.
Now,
look,
slice of cheese, anything to represent him.
Can I just ask? Would you like to see, say, a parade of maybe immortals and allow the public
to vote in immortals?
Yeah, because then...
God almighty, that's anarchy, HG. You can't have that. Oh, no. Immortals are decided by 1 or 2 journalists who work for the Daily Telegraph in Sydney. That's the way it's always been.
Right, fair enough.
That's the way it is.
Right.
You can complain all you like. I mean, but read about it in the paper, dude.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
Fair enough.
People vote for an immortal? I don't think so. But I would like to see a subgroup of immortals as the greatest immortals.
Wow.
You know, who was the greatest immortal?
Like-
Changa or Artie Beetson, for example?
Right.
Joey Johns or Chook Raper?
Yeah, wow.
Who is the greatest immortal of all time? Isn't that what people want to know?
I suppose they do.
Yeah.
The greatest immortal of all time.
Yeah.
Can I just take this in a slightly different direction? I'm not, for one moment, disagreeing with that concept, and I like it. It just has to sit with me for a little while.
Yeah.
You know, we've got players like, and I take this back, right back to the very beginning of our involvement with rugby league, 40 or 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Paul the Buttocks Siren, Don't the Poms Hate Ciro.
Yeah.
An immortal.
Well, he's not an immortal.
No, I know he's not an immortal.
Would
but
you like to see him an immortal?
I was just wondering if we could have a subcategory of people who are about to climb.
Oh, close to immortality.
Yes, close to immortality.
Well, anyone who straps on a rugby league jersey as she runs out on the field is close to immortality.
Yeah.
It's only the very few are called.
Ah, true.
It just cheapens the immortal concept if everyone becomes immortal.
Are
That's
pe-
not the way it works. Some are better than others.
You know-
But I think the most immortal of all immortals, I think, is the greatest of all immortals is a concept that I think people would love to embrace.
Right.
And also,
And
at
would
the
you
other
have to-
end of it, what
Yeah.
about, you like
The worst player.
the duds?
The Duds, yeah. Well, Duds. Let's not forget they served as well,
I know.
strapping on a rugby league jumper and running out there.
I know that.
I'm not-
But there must be a player people regarded as the most ordinary of all.
Kevin Humphries.
Kevin Hardwick.
Hardwick, sorry, yes, Kevin Hardwick.
Well,
Kevin Humphries-
that's a nomination. Kevin Hardwick, the most ordinary player to ever live. What about Ziggy Niscott?
Well, yeah, or Mick Pobji.
Big Pobji.
Yeah, great players.
What about the Penguin?
Well, the Penguin's too good. They couldn't put him away.
Graham Bradley.
Yeah, they couldn't put him away. They just couldn't put him away. Remember State of Origin? They just could not knock him over. He had that weird extra
you're
big
right.
feet.
Yeah, he did.
Penguin
He did.
style.
Well, maybe we've got to look at the most ordinary position, your most ordinary winger, the most ordinary fullback.
But then we're back to the Dally M's, aren't we?
Well, an inversion of the Dally.
Well,
There should be an
Dally M
award
structure.
given out, I don't know, a shoebox full of turds.
A, B, C. News Radio. Festival of the Festival of the Boot. Part 2.
This is The Boots Part 2, the Rugby League Grand Final, live from Stadium Australia, across the nation, on ABC News Radio.
Yes, based on the first half, Roy Churchill medal nominations. Any thoughts?
Oh, well, I don't think at this stage, HQ, we can go past Hoffman.
No.
He's been involved in anything.
Excellent.
And
excellent.
you'd have to say who the winner of the shoebox full of turds for today, at this stage, is Ben Barber.
Yeah, he's been terrible, hasn't he?
Terribly.
Very unable to compete at this level.
Yeah, but such an expectation.
I know, too much.
I mean, he's only, 14 years old?
Too much. It's too harsh.
He's
He hadn't got a
only been
driver's
playing
license.
for 1 year. He hasn't got a driver's license. He's been washing cars most of his
He
life.
rides a bike to work.
Rides a bike
work,
to work.
to training, that is.
Yeah.
And, it's too much. It's just come
I
far
blame
too
the
quick.
newspapers for talking him up to.
I blame Des Hasler
Yeah, I do.
because they tried to make a rugby league player out of a car washer and it hasn't worked.
It hasn't worked. It
It's
hasn't
the thing
worked. I
that
mean,
gets
it
it
was an experiment, wasn't it? People thought, well, maybe people who wash cars would make great rugby league players. But interesting thesis, and one worth discussing. But to put that sort of principle into a grand final,
Too hard.
it's too hard.
Now,
It's too big a risk.
you've got some more tweets there. How is the call being received on in the social media?
Yeah, look, there is a call for us to be more objective. Now,
Right.
I don't know what they mean by this. Is Harry says, can you be more objective? Harry doesn't say who he supports.
No. He might-
Now, I think we've been even-handed.
We have.
But if a bloke comes up and puts on the bite, you've got to call it as you see
You
it.
do.
We can't, pretend it didn't happen.
No.
We can't pretend that Graham didn't bite Billy Slater's ear.
Because he did?
Because he did.
Yeah.
Fact.
Fact.
Now, if that's being biased, well, the world's buggered, isn't it?
Now, look, can I just say also is that I think that this will be remembered a lot more than other grand finals.
Yeah.
Because of a couple of reasons. The Dudness of Ben Barber, sure, goes
Yeah.
without saying.
Yeah.
But the fact that we had Graham, one of the Snow Bunnies,
Yeah.
as a proven known biter.
A known biter, that's right.
And people will remember, where were you when Graham opened the jaws and sank it onto Billy's ear?
Yeah.
And what possessed him to do it?
What position?
When did the news come through? It's one of those days, he had that terrific apology from Alan Jones earlier
Yeah,
today.
yeah, we did.
Which was pouring
I was
oil
nearly
on
in
top of...
tears.
I was in tears.
I was in tears. I thought, what a big man.
I wasn't going to come to work.
No. I know you weren't.
Yeah, you taught me into it.
I did.
You said life's got to go on.
Yeah.
You can't just mope around and get a shoebox full of turds every day. You've just got to go out there and do your best.
Yeah.
Be objective.
That's
and,
right.
You know.
That's right.
The teams are back on.
Yeah.
We're ready for the second
Well,
half now.
You know, as my father used to say, every now and again in your life, you've got to drink a bucket full of vomit. And that's what I said to you this morning. I said, HG, you've got to drink that bucket full of vomit.
And we've got Cam Smith about to get us underway in the second half of the boot part 2. Everything's ready. Bamford puts the hand in the air and away we go. 14-4. This match is still up for grabs as the ball comes right down into the in-goal area. Keating there onto the biter. The biter runs. Oh, I'd love to see him get another bite away. That'd be fantastic, but he can't get in that tackle. He's unable to do it. And away it goes. It might have been Ennis Grubb onto one of the forwards here. It might be Cassiano who moves the way forward. And now Ennis back at dummy half gets it away further to Frank Pritchard. Well, I might have those two the wrong way down.
No, I think you're right. There's Barbara. She very much found wanting at this level.
And
didn't they read that play? They just slaughtered him, didn't they?
Inu at dummy half there, and he can't get it. This is the 12, Josh Jackson, I think, with the ball.
Yeah, Josh Jackson, yeah.
Ennis again. Now they're making...
Ennis is doing well. He's been given a commission to
pick
run
up
a little bit more, I think,
so,
from dummy half,
half.
actually, yeah.
This is the 5th tackle. They're going to have to kick here, and so they get it away to the kicker.
To the Grubb 2.
Josh Reynolds there. Oh, that's a knock on. It's got to be a knock on. That's a great result for the Berries. And a rueful tap on the head and a bite from Graham.
Yeah, from Graham. Now, actually, just an interesting bit of history here. When Melbourne has led at half-time, they've won 38 times and lost once.
What? Lost once? Right.
When they've been leading at half-time.
Gee, that is a sobering stat.
That is a sobering statistic, isn't it?
Yes. Are you being objective there, Roy?
No.
Yeah, good.
No, not at all.
Now, okay, so scrum to set down, and it's about 20 metres away from the Storm line. The Berries have a great opportunity to go on the attack very early.
Yeah, they've got Stag HG packing down as hooker here.
No, good.
So that means someone is
on the bench.
Got a forward out on the back, out amongst the backs.
Oh, okay, of course. Josh 2, Grubb 2 does it, and Ennis was playing dummy half there. Oh, they read that play well. On to Keating. Keating gets away onto one of the big forwards. Pritchard or ambling forward. I think it might be
Cassiano, is it?
Yeah,
well, they're both bearded and they're both big.
Yeah, isn't it good to have some beards back?
Oh, the biter's got a bucket leg.
Here comes the big charge there from Stagg. You can see the line in the background there. They're going to have to get off him.
Yeah, a high shot. That was a high shot, a high shoulder charge, I think, HG. That
on
came
Stagg.
On Stagg, yeah. Gee, it's not worth hitting Stagg.
Well, he does nothing.
Doesn't matter. He does nothing.
Yeah, no, you've got to take
you want to hit
play.
someone who's important, but I think this might be a penalty, HG, to
let's have a look here.
The Berries. Now, that's not the high shot here. Oh, well, was there a high shot there? Not really.
I don't think so.
That was just a perfect rugby league tackle, isn't it?
That's Jamin Lowe there.
Yeah, here comes Biter.
Yes, he's inches away from the line, goes to ground.
To bite his way
forward.
forward.
To see the very buttocks pointed right at the camera. On it goes, back to Stagg. Stagg on to Keating. Keating comes out wide. Barber involved there. They're going backwards here slightly. Looks like...
that's Josh Morris being walked backwards.
Oh, that is amazing. But he goes forward then at the end. Keating involved at dummy half. On to Cassiano. Cassiano now onto the ABC radio signage, but plenty of Storm there to meet him.
Not being able to get the ball away.
It was the other way around. It was Pritchard actually that time.
Oh, they do look. They're both bearded and they're both big. That's a good ball. They're well read.
Excellent ball, but of course taken there by Eastwood to the lock there. Got that right. Anyway, Ennis goes the other way, away from the card table.
He's Grubb 2.
Grubb 2. Josh Reynolds. Oh, he's got that away. He tried to pass, but he's almost within.
4 men, 4 Stormers on him, all over him.
Now, Ennis, Grubb 1. Look at this. Grubb 2 to Grubb 1. Here comes Keating. Keating out wide. No, Barber. Oh, he's taken out after he got rid of it. He's got a kick now. He jams it through. Here's trouble. And goal line dropout.
Yep. Slater had no option.
They get the ball back. Good pressure from the Berries there, Roy.
To knock it out. Yeah, great pressure from the Berries. And the Berries have come out with all-out attack here, HG. This is how we thought they were going to start the first half.
It's a bit
of course,
ragged.
They denied the ball in the first half.
Exactly.
This has all come from a Billy Slater knock on.
And it's a bit ragged, but you'd have to say effective here.
Well, yeah, it's taxing the Storm. You remember how buggered they looked at half-time, HG. Well, now they're having to really defend, dig deep.
Especially in the opening part. We played 4 minutes of the second half, no change to the half-time scoreline.
Yep.
And it's a goal line dropout with not the best of kicks. It gains about right up onto the 50.
Metres, actually, not a bad kick.
Here's a biter.
He's a biter, bringing it up.
He's doing well there. And they don't care about this first tackle much, do they? As long as they keep field position here.
Yeah, that's right.
Now this is where they go here. Yeah, and they've got a runaway. Morris coming up into the forward. He gets the ball away to Barber. They're trying to bring Barber into the play.
3 on 3 here.
Oh, he's got it back. That was Grubb 2. Good play there from the Berries. Oh, no, that was excellent play.
Excellent play, but well read again by the Storm defence.
Inu can get a try here, I think.
Can he get the ball away? That's the important thing.
He
can't.
And they all over Inu. Back to Grub one for the Berries. Here they go now.
Richard.
On to Keating out wide Barber. They're trying to get Barber around. He's got it away to Morris. Morris has got a bit of space. Morris goes forward, but he's knocked over about 8 metres from the line. 2 tackles to come, or maybe that's
They might kick on this tackle, HG, I think.
Oh, it's got to. Surely it has to be a penalty.
No. He was playing for a penalty, HG. That was Morris playing for a penalty, pinning Billy down.
Okay, they got it back in the middle of the field. Now they're in a bit of trouble.
Who's going to kick, Ennis? Or is it
no,
going to be Reynolds?
Ennis here comes.
Reynolds with an up and under.
They've got to run onto this. They go high. They knock it over. They get it back.
It's 6 more tackles too, unless they run him into touch, which
they run him into touch, and they lost the boot as well.
Yeah.
Bad defence there.
Yeah.
Good defence.
Great defence from Josh Hoffman again, HG. Hoffman has been the man. Ryan Hoffman. Yeah.
There is Josh Hoffman out there, but he's not doing as nearly as much.
Very well.
Yeah. So there they go up there. Well,
did it touch
I would have thought
the Storm hand?
Knocked back. No, I don't think so. I think that was just a handover, really.
Okay, handover. In which case, nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing.
So he deliberately plays it back he doesn't look at the ball.
What was he trying to do? Nothing really. He's just in the way.
Inu takes the ball, then passes it back.
At least Inu tried to do something.
Yeah, true.
That's good D, isn't it, when you see 3 men running 1 man into a wall. Love that.
It's excellent work. So we've got a scrum set down and a Berry feed. How does that work?
Why isn't a Berry feed, for God's sake?
No idea. 6 more for the Berries. Here's the biter. The biter's almost through. They're within 5 metres of the Storm line here. Okay. And the biter lay on a bit of a nip and go forward himself onto the big boys.
Well, no, they're reading Reynolds well.
Yes, but they're also Reynolds is able to get it away twice. He has got it
away twice.
Perrott now plays the ball to Inu. Inu back. And he comes now to the forwards. The forwards have the ball.
Rushing defence.
He's caught there and knocked over. Gets up and plays the ball.
That's what killed you.
Yes, that's right. Now he's almost over the line there. He's within a metre of the line. There's 2 tackles to come.
Within millimetres of the line.
Can they do something here? Now, Ennis will go for the line, I bet. No, he fooled me. On to Keating. Keating almost knocked the ball forward. Back it comes to Barber. Barber out back.
Well, great defence there.
He's done something here.
Great defence.
Oh, no, okay, play the ball. Keating, a dummy half. Keating comes away to Morris. Morris gets a kick down wide. They're going to have to watch this. Oh, and Slater has to bat a ball. Back goal line, dropping it again for the Berries. I saw the Bamford point to under the black dot. Enormous pressure.
It's still a mystery to me when the Bulldogs or the Berries were run out over the sideline, why the scrum went.
He must have ruled a penalty before.
He must have done.
As we watch you in replay here.
But we don't know why.
No. And that's a mystery.
Baffling.
I'm going to read about that in the paper tomorrow.
Yeah. I hate mysteries like that. The only mysteries I enjoy are the sort of Agatha Christie's mysteries.
Yes,
we're going to see on Miss Marple tonight on ABC One.
Terrific show.
That was a seamless weave.
Yes, that was beautiful. There's the kick-off of the restart, and now we're up over the halfway with a magnificent kick. Keating takes the ball onto the biter. The biter Berry, here he comes up and he places a wall. He puts the shoulder down and hammers into the Storm defensive line. Ennis grub 1 half onto Barber, who's up early, and here we have Sam Casiano with the ball. He almost got it away.
He almost got it away, actually. And I tell you what, the Storm are just hanging on here. They're praying for a mistake from the Berries.
Yes, I tell you what. Oh, he's tapped that. He's touched that.
Did he touch that?
I think it's got to be 6 more.
I'm not sure. Is it knock on? No, he's touched it. 6 more. Well read, HG.
And away it comes now. He's going to take a flop here because he can't do anything with it. That came a bit too early for Wright there with the ball now.
Okay, that's the first.
Is that the Berry chant going up now in the background? I think it is.
We are Berries. Here's
Pritchard with the ball. What I think the Berries are hoping to do is get one of these big forward offloads on an attacking run, and they haven't quite been able to do it.
Exactly.
Casiano now. They got away, but not in a good position.
Beautifully read.
I would have suspected he was offside, but be that as it may.
Beautifully read.
I'm not adjudicating this match.
I don't think he was offside. No.
Here comes the biter. The biter gets the ball away. He's almost got one through there. That looks Stagg going forward. He plays the ball. They're a bit of 6th and 7th. They're making good yardage here. Casiano going for the line. He's knocked over with 1 tackle to come.
They're just hanging on here, HG. Just hanging on, the Storm.
Here's the play the ball. Bad play the ball. I don't know. I wouldn't have let that go. He's got himself. Oh, I don't know. He's in. They're claiming his head.
I don't think he's put that down, HG. Let's go upstairs. I don't think Margaret and David are going to give that. I didn't see the ball touch the ground. Even Ennis, grub as he is, he's not pretending he put it down.
Yes, we're worried about the grounding. But that's more like what you're expecting. So what happens here? Is it a restart under the black dot, or is it
I think it's a handover.
A handover.
10 metres out, I think, because it was on the last tackle.
Okay, here he goes. He does the right thing here.
Yeah,
but this player, Cam Smith, that's brilliant, isn't it?
That's brilliant.
No, he hasn't got anywhere near it.
Nowhere near it.
Nowhere near it. No, that's easy for him. David and
it's lovely to see hooker on hooker there too, HG.
Oh, I know. And look at the support from the 13 there.
And they've got so much respect for one another.
They have.
I mean, that's the beauty of rugby league. I mean, mutual respect. That's what the game's about in the end.
Respect
for your opponent. I mean, sure, he might bite you, but God, I know you still respect.
Now, look, can I just say the interesting contrast is the first half,
Yeah.
Mirror image.
It is a mirror image. And maybe
Or
there's an
second half.
advantage, HG, in the direction the boys are running.
A scoring end.
Yeah.
We've got a restart now, and the Storm.
Hoffman running it out.
But I tell you who's lifted this. The Berries have lifted.
Yep.
Have lifted.
Yeah, they have lifted, definitely. Well, they had to.
I know.
They had
true.
to. They were hopeless in the
Well,
first.
4-14 at half time.
Yeah,
No
and-
changed the score. But away they come, the Storm now with a bit of a run, and this is Sikamanu, I think, with the ball. He's taken there by a reception committee of Berry with the juice being squeezed out of him, and it might be Lowry with the ball at the moment. But plenty of Berries there to bottle it up. Cam Smith running from Dunningham, looking to unload. He's taken by the biter.
There have been no unloads. It's just been one outs, HG. One outs from the Storm here, and now we're going to the boot.
Well, we're up in the
Or a
air.
midfield bomb, and a Gary Owen, as you would call this in rugby union.
Yes, but
Testing
defused by Barber. He
Barber's
goes
done
around
well.
one. He's got run, but sadly no one in support.
No, and
But-
he's lost his shorts.
Yes, well,
That's
that can
always
happen.
attractive.
And here we go on the far side. That's Perrott. He's a
Perrett's
great
done
runner.
well,
On the
Inu.
Inu tries to take him with him, and they've got a good gain here of up to the 30 metres. So in Berryland. They're still in Berryland, but they're up to the 30 metres. So another 20, and they're all of a sudden in Stormland.
Yep.
So-
Yep.
15 metres to go to Berryland. And away it comes now, cut out pass there on the way. Keating running decoy. Away it comes to Barber onto Morris. I tell you, they're reading Morris.
They're reading Morris
Ah,
right out of the
yeah, I
game,
know.
and they're reading Barber out of the
Here's
game. as well.
Pritchard, a ball playing forward. He gets it away, and they drop the ball. And now, I don't know quite what they're going to rule here, but
No,
scrub.
knock on. He's ruled a knock on. It's going to be a Storm feed. That's the mistake they were looking for, HG. Thank God the Storm are thinking this has happened. Because I tell you, earlier on, they were on their last legs in terms of defence. How many tackles did they have?
I think at least
like
18.
30 tackles.
Well, is that a knock-on?
yes, it's a knock on.
Well,
He's
except the
lost control.
player knocked it out of his grasp.
Oh, but it's up to the player to hold on to it, actually.
Yeah, a little bit of claret coming out of the nose there. That's terrific.
He obviously his nose bitten.
True. It would be a,
I mean,
a
don't
very bite.
think you're limited. Just use your imagination. Actually, it's not just the ears you can bite.
No, true.
You know, you
True.
can bite the nose.
Well, the tool.
Well, yeah, if you get the opportunity.
Yeah, that scares them, though, doesn't it?
Oh, sure.
Once you're known as a tool biter.
Yeah.
There's Slater knocked
bringing
over in the
away.
first
Okay.
tackle. So
Again,
second
we've seen
tackle.
no movement of the ball. It's just one out. Just
It's
one
all
out.
and all going straight into the wall of
Yeah.
berries, into the bowl of berries, as I call it.
Very conservative play from both sides.
Yes.
Especially for.
Oh,
hang on.
no, it's gotta be a penalty.
Can't use your knee. What a goose. What an idiot.
Well, that's
I mean, they say the rugby league is for stupid people, and every now and again you see the odd example that bears out that thesis. Can I just say that in general, it's not the case. Now, you can go on all you like, grub one, but he used his knee.
Oh, you're going to have a shot at goal.
Cam's going to have a shot. Oh, this is
Okay,
gonna,
penalty.
Oh, dear, was that,
And a shot that.
Oh, dear. Well, okay. He's going to regret it. He does feel
What-
stupid. Now, let's have a look what happens here.
He's trying to get
He's
out.
trying to get up. He gets up, and well, you can't do that. You can't do that, HG.
Because it didn't hurt
And then
the
to
player.
turn to the referee and say, look, I just used my knee,
Yeah.
as if it's some mitigating excuse.
Well, look, can I just say, if he had really put the player off the park, I would understand it.
Yeah.
But he did nothing to him, and they're just sort of, gobbing off afterwards,
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, well, I didn't deserve to get the penalty."
Yeah.
I mean, that's just poor.
It's poor. It's poor play. It's
Now,
undisciplined.
14-4. Now, this makes it interesting because then they go to 14-4. Now they go to 16-4.
Yeah.
So
They've
then
got to
it's
score
two.
twice.
Yeah, makes it hard, doesn't
does
it?
make it hard, doesn't it? Now,
So-
remember, in 99% of cases, actually, with the Storm being winning at half-time, they win the game.
Yes, here comes the kick now. Important kick.
I hope he
Lovely bit.
reset the theodolite so he takes a little out to the left to hook it around.
And we've got a good shot here.
Yeah,
There it is. That's better.
He's
Oh, no.
set it out too far.
That's not converted. So 2 tries will win it. And Cam Smith ruefully throws the tee
Oh, well,
off
he's
the park.
cost him 8 points.
He has cost him 8.
He's cost him 8 points. It
You
should be,
fire the kicking coach.
yeah, it should be 20-odd-0, 20-odd-4.
Yeah.
Anyway. they've
Storm
got
have the ball
again.
back. Here comes Slater, the bitten ear man. Away it comes now. Could we call him Van Gogh from now on?
Yes.
Would people get that?
They would. I'm sure they would.
Although-
A lot of people don't realise that Billy is a painter, and I'm glad you picked that up, HG. He does work in that impressionist style.
They get the ball away now on the restart. Now they're up to the 30. They're well into the Berry Bowl, but they're bottled up there by a number of hard-hitting Berry boys.
Yeah, very quick play the ball. This is it. This is more like. Now, are we going to see some ball movement from the Storm? Are we going to see the Storm moving the ball?
Away comes Cam Smith from dummy half. He gets it away to the other runner on the
This
far
is more
side. Out
like
wide
it.
goes
Now
Cronk.
we're seeing
Cronk.
movement.
Oh, now here's trouble here. They almost got him through. That's the number 3 for the Dane Nielsen there.
Yep.
Who's got the ball and knocked over. And a bit of luck needed here.
Now
for
bring
the
it out
Berries.
to the right. Let's see the ball movement. Let's see what the Storm can produce in terms
Yeah.
of movement. Where's Slater?
Cronk now with the ball. He kicks it up over the top. There's plenty of plays to defuse it.
Oh, dear.
Barber. I'm
Barber
not
did
sure.
well.
And what is that
Oh,
there?
hang on. Have they lifted him there, HG, or have they taken him into touch? They might have taken him into touch. He hadn't grounded the ball.
No, he's pointed back to a
Has he
restart
pointed
from the
back?
20.
Oh, he has.
I
Okay.
think so.
Okay.
I think so.
All
I think
right. All right.
Let me have a look at this. I've only got pictures of, as we watch here, this is a comedy of errors.
It is.
You know, obviously Wright goes up and tries to take it all by hands. Barber comes into the field of play.
Yeah.
Then he sees a couple of purple people.
It's a surrender tackle. It's a surrender tackle.
Well, where's the tackle? Here, 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 or here?
Exactly. I think he's been taken into touch. I think this is a scrum with a Storm feed. That's what I think. Because that was a surrender tackle on behalf of Barber.
Well, it's certainly right with a
Storm feed.
Yes,
That's
good
how
on you.
he's
Well
read
done, Roy. Well done, Roy. And here they come now. This could kill a game off right here.
Kill a game off, yes.
We played 55 minutes. The score 4-14. Attempted conversion went missing, so they've got to score another try. And in the context of the game, there's been so little scored. But remember, this is the point where the Berries, deep in their bowl, are able to defend best.
Now, out the left-hand side, I think they see is their best opportunity, HG, if they run the ball through the hands. Depends where Slater's going. I think Slater's on the left. He's ready, and I think Cronk's out that way as well.
Here they go.
There's Cronk.
Yes, but well read by the buried bowl defence.
Yep.
And they've got to watch they don't give away a penalty here.
I think they're coming up too quickly.
They're not set deep enough.
They're not set deep enough,
Hoffman a dummy half.
Okay, he's Cam Smith. Okay.
Back it goes.
It's one out. Out the left. Now, where are they?
Bad. He had a failure of nerve there. He needed to push that ball along the line a bit.
He did.
Now, this is the fifth tackle. Now, can they get something happening here? There's a little jink in there. Barber goal line drop out.
Well read Barber, but well read Hoffman in snuffing out Barber as soon as he got the ball.
Goal line drop
that
out.
was very professional, HG. I mean, when they've got you by the throat, the Storm, they're very unwilling to let go.
Well, they're very remove the foot, I think is the...
when they've got you by the throat.
Yeah, very unlikely they'll remove the foot. Here, this is fantastic play.
Yep.
And
no, that's very true. When they've got you by the throat, they're very unwilling to release the caravan.
Now, Hoffman.
Aren't they?
He's a bit annoyed with the amount of work he has to do, I think, Barber.
Yeah. Well, especially when he's not in form.
He's in with the orange
overawed
boots.
by the circumstances.
Yeah,
he's out of his depth at this level. I mean, there's not a lot going for the bloke.
It's a very short kick-off from Inu in the end. Only got it out about 40 metres.
Yeah,
a good,
beautifully
hit there, whoever he hit. I think it was one of the grubs. And all the way it comes now to the Storm. The Storm chasing it forward. Not much of a gain there. They need a bit of a break here. Here comes the other Snow Bunny onto the sideline. We might have Snow Bunny on Snow Bunny in a minute. That's well read by Keating. Up out of defence there, taking the opposite number in a good tackle. Though he played three tackles.
Out left is where the opportunities are going to be.
Here's Sigamanu. We haven't seen Ronnie yet.
That was a good run from Sigamanu. Very, very professional. Now, here we go. Where are they?
Now they've got a chance here. On to Cronk. He goes a bit wide. He's almost over. He's lost the ball. Lost the ball now. He's
lost the ball. He's going to have a scrum set down 10 metres out with a berry feed.
It's a berry feed?
A berry feed, HG. Yes,
well,
it would have to be. The first knock on came from the Storm. But close. That's the sort of thing we've been looking for. That quick offload from the Storm. That's what
he dropped it goal.
He did drop it. Cole was knocked out of his hand.
Now, that might have been Richard Fayoso. It is Richie Fayoso. That's not his go.
Not known for his handling, HG.
No, he's not. That's his go. He's out there, and he's already called us to talk about it.
He has. He's drawn attention to himself in a way he wouldn't have wanted. Now we've got Barber going as lock in the scrum.
So where's the other? They must have a back on this side, on our side, the card table side, who's out of the pack or out of the scrum base. And now they've got a runner here who looks to me. He has had a quiet game. I mean,
he had a good start in the first half, but he's been quiet ever since. There's a ball on the bike.
Can I say that that it's been a bit tidal?
Yeah, it
so
has.
The first bit of the second half has been all Berry.
Yeah.
And now, of course, it's back to all Storm. Yeah. But now might be a chance for the Berries to shine again.
Well, it may well be, HG, but from my point of view, I'm seeing the Storm are more in their rhythm than the Berries are.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the Berries in their natural rhythm. You know that natural Berry rhythm that we've seen all year?
I know, a bit squashy. They kicked relatively easy kick for Slater to pick up. I don't know why they didn't put more pressure on the kick return there. They'd be disappointed there. Morris having a word in Slater's busted ear.
Yeah, well, I think he wanted to have another nip at that ear.
Well,
and often when you see a bit near, the first thing you want to do is bite it. You know, you can't. It's almost irresistible, isn't it?
It is. Somebody's had to go here. I might finish the job. Van Gogh, he'd be saying, where's the rest of your ear, Van Gogh?
This is a good run, HG.
Storm.
This is a good run.
That's Will Chambers. He's had a very good game.
He has.
Will Chambers. On to Cam Smith. Cam Smith on a Cronk out wide, well read. But now this is Sigamanu here. And they got Sigamanu on one side and Fayoso on the other.
Yeah. Yep, they're running those big men wide, HG. They're passing the ball a lot more. There's a lot more movement coming from the Storm. The Storm are in a groove.
They're much more on the line. And what they're trying to do is move it up laterally, and then they'll go straight through the middle.
Play the ball. And they're not careful, the Berries. They're trying to slow the play the balls down.
They're going to get pinged. But there's the kick, and the kick is going to... Oh, no, it went into the wrong side of the post.
That's okay. They don't mind having a scrum 10 metres out, HG, and they'll just grind them back and hope for a mistake.
Okay, so it's gone into a bit of a quiet phase here with a score at 4.
Well, it's only quiet if you're a Berries fan.
True.
You know, the Stormers are loving it.
True.
You know, they've seen a perfect set of 6 there for the Storm.
And
they've kept the Berries bottled up, you know, on their own try line. and they're going to have to battle it out from their own try line again, and they're going to have to take a risk to score a try. They're going to have to try and move the ball and get some shape from the ball, and that requires risk. And they risk they run the risk of dropping the ball.
And the great attribute of big men playing the ball hasn't worked for them today.
No, it hasn't. They haven't been able to have quick play the balls. The Storm have been slowing them down.
4:14, and we played 60 minutes of a pulsating grand final, and that looked like the biter having a go to hand there.
Yeah, it did.
We'd like to see that in replay.
Yeah.
Here's Eastwood now with the ball. He's run it up. Has he made a little bit of a gain? I think not really.
Not really, no.
No. He hasn't been as penetrating.
Well, they're not going
as
to make a mistake up this end of the park, actually.
No, they're in the wrong end. Here comes Barber. Barber looking for a hole. Barber's found a hole. He's through. Barber, this has brought the Berries found a line. There's the kick. Is there going to be any good? It's regathered. Morris is there. Oh, can he get it?
Slater, brilliant.
Brilliant.
Oh,
Slater.
brilliant. Slater, he just batted that out of the air just as Morris was about to grab it to score. That's wonderful rugby league.
Obviously, the Berries get the ball back.
Oh, the Berries going to get the ball back, yeah. Now, why is Cam Smith being called out here? And what is Morris blowing up about?
I can't read that from this position. There's a snow bunny involved.
Yes.
Watch this magnificent play.
Now, one player might have been taken out in the back play here, HG. He was.
Right, completely taken
He
out.
was.
And now here's the kick.
Yeah.
Beautifully
now, are we gonna
educated
see
kick. Morris, the ball doesn't behave kindly for him. Oh, wow, that was lucky there. He didn't kill himself.
Now, did he touch it there? Yes, in which case it's a knock on.
No, there. That's the knock on, surely.
No, that's a knock back by Slater.
Oh, okay, sorry, what am I saying?
In which case it could be a Melbourne at the 20-metre line.
It's what it
Melbourne
was.
Ball.
Restart.
Yeah, that's what Morris was blowing up about. He was arguing he didn't touch it. Well, he did.
Yeah, no, we saw that being objective. You have to say, that was much better play, though, from the Berries.
Oh, great play from the Berries. Barber was terrific.
Full bowl of fruit. And this kid is adept at this level, Roy.
He is adept at this level, but the hole was made by a Melbourne player being taken out in defence.
Yes. Okay, and there's
that's a
terrific
bad
play.
ball.
Also playing the ball there, not very well, and that's a great bottling up there. That's Pritchard, pure Pritchard.
Pure Pritchard.
Oh, and he turned him into a hoodie. Oh, laughs all round. It's turning into a comedy, isn't it? Fantastic. A little bit of something for everyone tonight. Here's two snow bunnies out there. There's a snow bunny going in late while a biting snow bunny.
Look at that. Five of them on him.
Yeah,
five blokes in the tackle. Well, that means there's room out wide. Get it out wide, boys.
Yes, there's the kick, though. That kick wasn't necessary, really. Here's Barber. He's diffused that bomb beautifully. He's got his rhythm now, Barber. He's got his groove back now. Hang on, he's trouble.
No. It was, they're arguing it was kept in goal, therefore it's a restart. But why he slowed the restart down, I've no idea.
I've got no idea either.
Because there was someone being replaced.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, they just couldn't do it there.
Yeah,
now,
Pritchard's off by the looks of it.
Eastwood now with the ball there.
Yep.
That's a bit of a run for Eastwood there, but he hasn't had the the damaging runs he can get.
Well, he hasn't been able to deliver quality ball.
Quality ball, that's
Quality
right.
ball.
There's Keating onto a Snow Bunny onto another player, Ennis Grubb too. They go, bad. Here's the end of it.
Spot.
No, hang on.
He's saying it's a knock on HG because it was intercepted. Oh dear, that could have been very dangerous. But they read the play so well, they were ahead of the Berries in their play.
And they're thinking.
Yeah.
Now, let's have a look here. There's the knock on there.
Yeah, but accidental knock on HG.
Oh, he's going to rule. He's going to rule. He's ruled it.
I know that's why he's ruled it, but it's not right. It's not right.
Oh, let's have a look here. Well, hang on. Is it going to be a scrum with a Berry feed?
Well, no, he's arguing it's a Storm. It's a Storm knock on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A scrum with a Berry feed.
Yeah, with a Berry feed. Yeah, well, it shouldn't be.
And Inu hasn't been as damaging either as he can be. And now he's got a bit of a break. Here he comes now, Inu. That's what we like to see from Inu. A bit of that, what I call candy from Inu with the orange boots. Here's biting Snow Bunny out there. And the dogs are making, should I say, the Berries. Occasionally call the dogs in a call. Making a bit of yards. There's the biter, Keating. Keating sees a hole almost through. Trouble in the back play.
Yeah,
one of the Snow Bunnies.
One of the biters out.
One of the Snow Bunnies in real trouble. Might have taken a hit to the head. Back it comes to a bench player. Is that Finucane out there now? Finucane out there now. Oh, away it goes on the far side.
Onto the biter.
Onto the bunny biter for the Berries.
But now the Berries have absorbed so much in defence, actually, they don't seem to have a real lot in attack.
Got to bring Barber. Barber standing there, kicks.
Well,
He's that was a give up.
Really.
Oh, he's batted it back.
But it's a knock on.
No, they won't play this, surely.
No, you just have to go up to Margaret.
But we can see what's going on.
No, it was not full. Tap full.
We have to go up to Margaret.
30-metre restart to the Melbourne Storm.
Let's have a look here.
Yeah.
Knock on. Yes, no, they don't even have to go upstairs. We don't have to go upstairs.
Are we going upstairs?
I hope not, no.
I mean, if they go upstairs, I'm going to vomit. There's no need to go.
Roy,
Sorry,
right.
HG.
Yeah, just a bit of loose
Yeah.
carrot coming back up after last night. Let's have a look here. He tries to do the right thing, batting the ball back. That's Jonathan Wright.
But it goes forward.
Yes, rolls forward. No, that's just
That's
nonsense.
that's schoolboy rugby.
No, it's stupid, isn't it? Some players can't play at this level, can they?
No.
I've never been persuaded by the right case or the argument.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people do put it. I was reading Greg Pritchard's the other day. He put a case that Wright can play at this level.
Yeah.
I think it might have been in the Daily Telegraph or the Sydney Morning Herald. But it's just
did it make sense when you read it, or do you think, no, this is rubbish?
Correct the latter. 4:14, 65 minutes played at the Boot Part 2 here on ABC News Radio.
ABC News Radio. Festival of the Boot. Part 2.
Yes, we restart, of course, and that's a good rear-end run there from the number 2, Whacker.
Yeah.
We haven't
Who's
caught
been
much.
quiet? Cooper Cronk. I'm waiting for Cooper Cronk to explode.
Yeah, explode?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Slater to explode. He's already exploded once, but explode again.
Cam Smith there with a bit of a run. This is a Rutufe. Sorry.
Easy yards.
Easy yards, very easy yards. And now that's not, they've got to read this a bit better. I think the Storm think, we've got this in the bag with 15 minutes to play, 4:14.
I think the Berries feel that they can't do it.
Well, the Berries have to have a bit of luck now. They have to get a break now. Otherwise, it's just going to be a grind to the end.
Yeah.
And I think if you're in a grind, the Storm will beat you.
Storm will beat you, exactly.
He lived to be proved wrong. There's Cooper Cronk put up the kick there. This
It's
will
not
be
a bad kick either.
Should be easily diffused.
Oh,
yeah. That was
Great
clever
defense.
work.
Great
Clever work
defense.
from Perrott.
Yeah.
On to Barber out wide to Inu.
Any more honey from Inu?
No, nothing. There's no even golden syrup this time from Inu. And back it comes straight up and down. There's a Storm person in trouble in the back.
Taken out in the back play, actually.
I think he just fell over.
Did he have his leg bitten?
I think he did have his leg bitten. Now he got trouble. He got
hang on, he was tackled. You were tackled, dude. Get back and play the ball.
I think there's an infringement beforehand.
Do you think so?
I
think he's just got to play the ball.
Fair enough.
He was told to play it and he didn't. Now Pritchard doesn't know if he's meant to go back on or not. It's falling apart. The wheels are falling off the
Berry
Berries.
Bowl. And, of course, the Snow Bunny, who's done a lot of work, but his Snow Bunny to Snow Bunny on to Keating. Keating out wide bar there.
Morris, dangerous.
Trying to get a bit on the outside forward pass. Wright's got the ball. He kicks it away, but it's thrown away to Storm. I don't know about that as a play.
No, that's all right. But, desperate measures for desperate times.
True. He's got to push it, yes.
They've got to break the mould. They've got to do something mad here
true.
to create the gap because the defence is too good.
The defence is too good, and that is an excellent tackle.
That's an air swing.
There you go. There's Cooper Cronk exploding into it.
Yep. Now they're making easy yards, HG, aren't they? Easy yards.
So it's almost
feel the energy's gone out of the Berries, the life's being sucked out of them.
Or squeezed out.
I mean, it's a bit like the GS. Sorry, it's a bit like
an octopus.
An octopus squeezing the life out of the economy. Isn't it? It's got carbon tax written all over it, the Berries at the moment, hasn't it?
It has. And a good hit there on the Storm runner. Back it comes now. Oh, you can see the Snow Bunny can't even get up and get back in the line. So there's one out of the line. Cooper Cronk with the run onto the other Snow Bunny.
As if the Berries are burdened by a carbon tax and the
other Storm
are playing
aren't.
like the rest of the world. They don't. They've got the advantage.
Oh, taps back.
Try.
There it is. It's all over now.
Hoffman again. Is that right?
I think it's Hoffman.
No,
Was it Hoffman? I didn't get it.
No, it's Brian Norrie.
Norrie. Okay, so try to Norrie, and that's the end of the game, I would suggest. Yeah. So we're up to 4 to the Berries and 18 to the Storm as we look at it in replay. They left it late. I think we're up to about the 70th minute of the match.
I think this will be converted.
Right in front.
Yeah, right in front. Yeah, I mean, you missed it really.
Well, let's have a look at it now. Take us through it, Roy.
Let's see. It's a simple up and under, I think, HG, wasn't it?
Well, there it is here.
The ball goes up. Everyone's on side. Checking that. Slater's on side. Yes.
Well, what are they looking at? They're just showing us some replay.
Make sure he's on side, HG. Billy goes up.
Taps
Nothing
the ball
wrong with that tap back. It's picked up by Norrie. Johnny on the spot. Goes through. Try.
It's been called a no try upstairs.
How come?
Let's have a look. We've got somebody upstairs with Margaret.
What's the ruling here? What's the ruling?
Let's have a look.
Are they suggesting that he was offside?
No try.
Norrie must have been offside, HG.
How does that work?
Not Norrie.
Right, so we're back to 4:14. 2 minutes to go. That'll give the Berries something to think about. Thanks very much down on the sideline there, Dad Jennings, for that tremendous report.
Yes, well, we didn't notice Norrie off. Maybe he was camped down in the Berry HQ when that kick went up. Let's have a look here. He looked to be onside to me. There he is. He's well behind the ball.
What they mean when they kick the ball, he's off the side.
He was offside. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. But I thought they were looking at Billy Slater.
Yeah, well. When Cronk kicked the ball in the back play, Norrie was offside.
Apparently.
Gee, It's a game of millimetres, isn't it?
Millimetres, actually, yeah.
And Eastwood,
full grid from Eastwood. What's he got to do to get a penalty?
and now the Berries are energised by that decision.
They're throwing the ball
but they're
all
standing
about.
around. They need to get a bit of a what would we call? They need to get a bit of an explosion here. A shape. Oh, that was a close one, but at least they're doing what they're meant to be doing, which is passing the big to the big players.
Yeah.
Away out wide, and he goes. That's the 16 on. I think it's Corey Payne.
Razzle-dazzle. Get some razzle-dazzle.
Here's some golden syrup from Inu. Then it comes back to Perra. Perra gets the ball away. They've made 80 metres on this run, and they've got a tackle to come.
Yep.
This is an amazing turnaround from one end to the other. This could be an amazing try if they can pull it off. Here they go. They get the ball up high. No, it's just out of bounds. That's all.
Kicked out on the full.
So they made 80 metres on that run. That was an amazing run.
Yep.
Sadly, it came to naught. But Corey Payne's added a bit of a zip.
Yes, he has actually. He certainly has. It was out on the full. It's going to be a 30-metre restart, tap restart, you have to think.
Okay, and there's a face of a bloke who probably could have done a little bit more today. But
or it might be were they sitting a scrum down? No,
restart from the 20.
Restart.
Not a great kick, really.
No,
you have to say.
very poor.
Now, where is that? Oh, they're trying to show us where it was beforehand. But off that disallowed try, they ran 80 metres.
Yeah, they did. Well, I think the Storm was shaking up HU because they felt it was a try. See, like them, I don't think Norrie was offside.
No.
I mean, that'll be debated for the rest of time.
Right.
Whether Norrie was offside or not.
Until all the Immortals are dead.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to have a go at Hoffman when he was up out of the line. It might have been Inu. Now let's play the ball. Cam Smith running from dummy half. Dangerous when running from dummy half.
Yeah.
But
both sides are exhausted now, HU, with defence, so easy yards are being found, especially up the middle.
And we played 70 minutes of a great grand final. The Berries are 4, the Storm are 14. 14, and number 14 is playing the ball here for the Storm. It's Ryan Hinchcliffe. And now there's a kick.
From Cooper Cronk. He wants it deep. He wants it very deep.
He wants to give his forwards a bit of a chance to recover, but they've come up now. What's happened here? I went into the in-goal area.
Went in goal.
I can't do
No,
that.
Can't.
Get real.
I was going to argue the rules. He's going to be playing the game for 30 seconds.
He watched it on a radio once to give an idea.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think he was listening to.
Just got a natural feel for it, did he actually?
Off at Eastwood. Oh, now Eastwood's starting to lift a bit as the defence falls
playing
off.
as he's been playing all year. It's just that he forgot in the first half how to play.
Oh, that's a bit weird.
Grant was trying to go for a penalty there.
He's trying to go for that date penalty that you can get sometimes. So you can lure an umpire into it.
Yeah.
Back it goes to the biter on the way. Beautiful spin around there. That's Corey Payne. Corey Payne still running with the ball. He got the ball away. Did he get it? Yes, Keating. Oh, that was a great one. Barber starting to run. Now Morris, can he do it? Morris, here it is. Oh, no, he ran slightly to the wrong part of the field, where all the Storm were. But they made great yards. Again, another 80-metre run. And it goes out wide. Corey Payne's changed this, but that wasn't a great end to that tackle. They got one to come in this set. They made 64 yards. Did they get it? No. That was pure grub. Now, they passed it.
They're running on the last.
Oh, no, that's going to be diffused. He gets the ball away. He's still alive. He's got to kick it. Oh, no, it's not a great kick.
Too deep.
And so what is a restart from the 20?
Yeah, because they lost their shape again, actually. They lost their shape. It was just desperation. I mean, Desi can't blame them for that.
No.
They were trying. You have to say they're trying. But whenever Morris has got the ball in any open space, he looks very dangerous, as does Barber.
Here he comes now. He just ran to exactly the wrong spot. He was caught in the problem of triangle pinch.
The pincer movement in defence.
And he certainly looks like a rugby league player, doesn't he, up close?
Well, he does. He's got that look about him now, hasn't he?
He has. He's matured into his head.
Yeah, he has.
Now, of course, they're running back the Storm with the ball. We've got about 8 minutes left here, so the Berries have to think seriously about how they're going to get back into this game.
Yeah.
4-14, it's still 2 tries to do it, but Cam with the boot has kept them in it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because he's failed to convert.
That's right. Yep.
And
the cover defence from the Storm has been meticulous today.
And the interchanges.
The way they've been reading the Berries play has been meticulous.
And the interchange is now 1 left to go. So basically the players out there are going to be the players who finish this match.
That's right. But I don't think there's a player out there, HU, wouldn't want to be out there.
No, well, it's a rugby league match. What are you talking about? I mean, I'd run on now.
Yeah, I mean, if you said to each of those players there, boys, do you want to have another game now? They'd all say yes.
Here's the kick. Early in the tackle count. Up it goes, and they've got to get this one right, and they do. Whee!
That's all right. The timing was perfect.
And he's lost the ball, but it's a penalty. A penalty.
He must have been called held, and he went on with it.
Yeah, he went on with it. Keating with a quick kick.
Yeah.
This guy's a liability.
It looked to me like a one-on-one strip.
I think that lad's a bit of a liability here. He comes in here. I can't quite give him the number 15 there, Proctor.
Yep.
Bit of a liability.
Yep.
But Morris, gee, they're working Morris hard, aren't they?
Well,
they
he's their attacking machine, their attacking weapon.
I'd run it to Orange Boots and see if we can get a bit more gold.
Oh, you do a bit of new magic.
Well, a bit of treacle from Inu.
Yeah.
Here he comes now. Inu's ball now. Look at that beautiful hand.
That.
Here he goes. One way. He unloads. So he just took this tackle, surrender tackle, fell over. But they got chance here. They're making easy yards out wide on both sides now.
They are.
Eastwood with the ball.
Well, that
Eastwood.
compression defence is coming against the Storm at the moment. So the Berries have got to go around the outside, go out wide.
And I love it when Eastwood...
Which I expected them to do right from the start of the game, but they couldn't.
Here's the biter. The biter's on for the run, the Snow Bunny biter, and he doesn't quite get anything happening there, and so he's knocked over. 2 tackles to go in this set of 6. And away it comes now, out to one of the big forwards. Eastwood didn't know.
No. Is that knocked back? Dropped it cold from on.
Well, he didn't even do anything with it, but that was very bad play. And Eastwood has to be...
It was amateur play, wasn't it?
Amateur. He's trying to get around him here. He has sort of got around him. Morris is there. He tries to go one way and then the other way. And now if he can pull a penalty here, that'd be a great help. No, he can't.
No, he can't.
Play the ball. Here comes the kick.
Here's the kick.
Here comes in a bit of treacle off his boots. Will be handy here. It's knocked free. Barber's able to pick it up, but I'm just wondering if it's 6 more.
No,
So it's all by himself.
No, it's all by himself. I think that should be a handover.
Yeah, 6 more.
Oh, 6 more. 0 tackle. Got
Here they go. An enormous amount of possession here that they've got.
Lord,
Here they come. They're lumbering up. Pritchard with the ball. He's only a metre out. You can see the ABC signage there. News radio signage. Way it comes now. Oh, a loose pass really, but it got it up to Corey Payne.
Yeah.
Corey Payne on to Keating.
Great defence there. Great defence.
Great defence from Will Chambers. Keating still with the ball. 4 tackles to go. Time running out for the Berries.
The Berries are getting very frustrated because they can't get a quick play the ball. Much as they try, they cannot get a quick play the ball.
Very professional. The chant goes up the Berries. Keating once, then the other play on. Great work from Morris, but they've lost metres here. Now they're down to 2 more plays in this set of 6. Here's a chance. It's Grub 2 going for the line. Held up a metre out.
Yeah.
And now...
again, they're starting to play the ball down. They just cannot get that momentum.
Morris, they decide to go the other way. The kick's up. Can they get a jumper onto it? No, they can't.
Well,
they might have taken him. Yes, they brought it back into the field of play. That's probably
their last gasp attempt, HG, at getting some points.
And here it comes now, but that's Hoffman trying to come away from dummy half. Great reading there by Grub 1. Back it comes the Berries.
They're going to play it very safe here, HG.
They are.
They're not going to pass it at all. It's just going to be run up by the forwards, then kick the buggery out of it up to the other end.
And here's another play here. They're not going to worry about going for points, I don't think, the Storm.
They don't need them. They don't need them.
The Berries have to score twice. Here's a bit of a run. Cam Smith onto... I didn't quite get it. Who's that there? 6. Oh, Cronk. No, the other guy. Widoff.
And there we are, kicking a little slightly early, HG. Fair enough. They just want it right down this end.
Here comes Barber. So it's Berry ball now. Berry ball away. It comes out to Perrott.
Yeah.
Perrott out to Barber. Barber's got away. They're starting to cut him, but he can't get around it. Now in dummy half, and they turtle him. They put him on the back. They're laying down the law in the coach's box. Here comes Mr. Treacle. Inu, back it goes now, and...
Yeah, they're playing the fringes right now, HG.
Yeah, now what happens here?
Right, knocked on, it'll be a scrum. But that's right, choose up time.
And so now I think they'd have to say time is going to beat them because we're into the last 3 minutes.
Yep.
And we see
very rarely do you see in a game of rugby league a team score twice at this level in 3 minutes.
True.
You don't often see it. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't want Berry fans to give up.
No.
But you can't offer them much sucker, can you?
No, they've got to score really off this play, don't they?
They do.
And
which they're capable of doing. I mean, they know now the way through. It's out wide.
Yeah. And really, they've lost the opportunity out wide earlier in the day. The Storm fans feel as though they got it in the bag.
The big thing, HG, was scoring early and taking the crowd out of this game.
Yeah.
That's been the big thing, I think.
Now, there's been no score in the second half, Roy.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
When did that last happen?
I don't
1908?
know. 1908, the first time. Remember the Rabbits? They did it. No one believed it had happened.
Well,
here's a chance. Here they go. Grub 2 with a great run there. Josh Reynolds with the ball.
And he's going for the penalty. Penalty pulled up.
He tried. Here comes the Honey man. He gets the ball away as he went to ground onto Grub 1. Back it comes, but they're all standing around. Eastwood can't do anything. 72 minutes to go, really. 2.5 minutes to go in the boot part 2. Eastwood still going forward, and they're laying all over him. Very close. Consistency, please. Back it comes to Annis Grub 1 onto one of those big lumbering forwards. He gets it back to the 11 there, the other big lumbering forward. So forward to forward there in the passing, but didn't gain him much. Back on to Barber. They brought him up.
Side, that's been the
Here's Corey Payne. Corey Payne goes a kick. Can they get something on here? No, he can make it back into the field of play. That's a great run.
That is a great run.
Excellent run there by Dane Nielsen, is it? Or no, the 5. They're Justin O'Neill. Back it comes. So I would say
this is a great run too, HG.
In the context of the game.
Yeah, I think they've got it won here, HG. I think they've got it won.
A scoreless second half.
6 and then kick it.
Here they come. They've just about got the ball where they want it, in the middle of the park, with 1.5 minutes to go. It's not going to happen for the Berries this year.
I don't think it's going to happen for the Berries, and I think the Storm know it, and I think the Berries know it.
Unfortunately, they can hold them in this part of the park, but they're just going to have a kick on the 6th. So that's a long way back,
Storm
and the more
fans are
time.
celebrating. I think Belly H celebrating already. HG.
And there's a big run. It's that Fayoso.
That's Fayoso, yeah.
No, it's not. It's the other bloke, Shikamanu. The Fayoso lookalike. There it goes down there. Good kick. Made the defence worry about it.
Yeah.
So the Berries now.
This will be the last set of 6, HG.
We're into the last minute of the Boot Part 2 for 2012. It's been a magnificent game, scoreless second half, a pulsating contest, rather like the one yesterday, but sadly the title is going to go to Melbourne, as the title yesterday came to Sydney. An odd contrast,
It is,
Roy,
isn't it, actually? Yeah,
in both codes.
Yeah, yin and yang. The players are excited, of course, here. They know they've won it, they've got their rings.
And they've got rings, they've got premiership rings, and now they've got a premiership trophy to go with it.
Yep.
So they might get it, if they can pass it out the other way. They're looking the wrong way. Here they come. Inu's got the ball. Inu decides to kick. Oh, yeah,
Well, it's
all a bit late.
Later, but it doesn't matter. The game's over. The game's over, HG. The Melbourne Storm have done it. They finally got the premiership that they cheated their way to and had it taken away from them in the past. That's all now forgotten. They are now genuine premiership holders.
There's the score, there's the siren, and the score at the death in the Boot Part 2. 4-14. We'll take this short break and come back with a wrap-up of the Rugby League Grand Final. Well, what a great second half there. No score, so there's not much to say about it, but everything to say about it if you get my drift. The final score in the Boot Part 2 in 2012 was 4 points to the Berries, 14 to the Melbourne Storm. Roy, your thoughts on the Boot Part 2?
Well, I think we've seen a classic final, a classic rugby league final here, HG. I mean, good, hard, tough rugby league. Can you imagine not 1 point scored in the second half? Unimaginable. It takes you back to the great days, HG, when, a whole game would go and be 1-1-0. Those beautiful defenses.
I take you back to the 86 Grand Final, 4-2.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Tryless.
Yeah. And that is the ideal for me, and I think for rugby league purists, for there to be no points scored at all.
Yes.
That it's just a game, a war of attrition, trench warfare. That's the perfect rugby league. None of the fairy floss of throwing it around and all that sort of showboating, entertainment business. We saw a glimpse of what the rugby league's future could be. A pointless draw in a pointless game. At a pointless end of the season. Wouldn't that be a dream? I mean, that's my idea of heaven. With an unending, with no time limit.
Right.
The game could go on for months.
Yeah. So your thoughts on the Clive Churchill medalist for the match today?
Well, I'm going to go with Ryan Hoffman HG. What did he make? 102 tackles, made 720 metres and scored a try.
Yeah, it's hard to beat.
I mean, they're pretty hard facts to beat.
When you were down the coal mine all those years ago with just a lump of coal and no light for several days, is this the sort of match, this second half?
That's the sort of match we dreamed of, HG. Yeah. I mean, people want to see more injuries. I mean, I accept that. All we had was the one biting incident. But we didn't see any AC joints go. No, we didn't see any patella movement.
No.
We didn't see any cork thighs, broad strains, hammies go. We didn't see any herniated discs or knee ligaments. We didn't see any evidence of Osgood-Schlatter's disease.
No,
which
true.
I was looking forward to.
Yes, especially with some of the younger players.
Some of the younger players. I thought that would have been, a tremendous thing for people to see, but we didn't see any evidence of that. Or any stress fractures. All we saw was what we call soft tissue injuries.
Yes.
That is bruising.
Yes, but most players can play on with that.
Oh, most players dream to have that.
Well,
and
of
you're
course,
only happy when you're bruised.
Yeah, of course, a lot of them would love to play this game again right now.
Yes, they would. They would turn around. But I think we saw a great classic final, HG, and it's been a great privilege to be on ABC News Radio.
It certainly has, and what a great weekend when you sum it up. One of the titles going to Sydney and one of the titles go to Melbourne. There's a certain balance about it, isn't there?
A beautiful balance about it, HG, and with such entertainment coming up on ABC TV 1 this evening with Miss Marple.
Yes.
I mean, doesn't that just cap off a wonderful, long sporting weekend in Australia?
So there it is, league lovers, the second prong of the 2012 Boot, cracked, boxed and buried. Today's prong of the festival, the Boot, Miners on the March, was snared by the Melbourne Storm. The tune 14-4. Congratulations, Captain Cam Smith. Congratulations, Super Coach Craig Bellyache Bellamy. As we sign off from Stadium Australia on behalf of the award-winning ABC News Radio team, camped behind the card table, can I thank the management of News Radio for opening its doors and letting a few blow-ins wander in, take over the airwaves and burble on about rugby league for another wonderful afternoon. For help on this historic occasion, can I thank King Wally Otto in the soundproof booth, Scotty Wales for his magic under the black dot, Ben Hoadley for an incredible drive from the back line, bringing up the ball time and time again, and on the stats and scoreboard, Mr. Numbers, Mr. Rugby League, Dare Jennings, and finally, of course, my colleague in league. It's been another wonderful year, Roy, another wonderful rugby league year. Thanks for sharing it with me, buddy. Thanks, Australia, for your continuing and unflagging interest in the greatest game of all. We'll see you in 2013 to do it all again when your team, that's right, your team, could be making the lap of honour at Stadium Australia on that one day in October. Until then, keep loving league. Bye now.
A, B, C, News Radio, Festival of the Boot.
So there it is, league lovers. The Boot, Part 2, boxed and buried and ready to be shipped to China in a boat full of iron, ore and diamonds. The great game of rugby league has always supported our miners on the march. And today's Festival of the Boot has been made possible by generous donations from the Big Six, Xstrata, BHP,